So today we came here to defeat the Matrix. We have the Neo.
Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a special episode. I have my friend King Vakalis here with me. He came to visit me actually before New Year's Eve. We went to the club. Now is the second day, and now we decided to do a little podcast for you guys to drop some knowledge and stuff like this. And we'll talk lots of topics. First of all, I have to tell you guys, me and Vakalis are very good friends, but we have like different approaches when it comes to multiple things. For example, me, I live mostly in Bucharest, and he likes to travel a lot, go to different places. So what cities and what countries you stayed in 2025? Let's make a breakdown. Because there's lots of people, they want to have like multiple bases, want to travel, and maybe this helps them.
Yeah. So I have traveled pretty much everywhere when it comes to globally. Vlad haven't traveled so much in outside of Europe. I would say that best country to live in is in the United States, because I feel that you have everything there. Dubai is good, but it's good for being an entrepreneur, go there, do connections and all those things. But you cannot actually find other things that you find in the United States, like that you can, let's say, link up with streamers, that you have all these influencers, like big names in your feed. I would say that, yeah, best place to live is in Miami. And in 2025, I didn't travel so much. I've mostly traveled in Europe and in Dubai. But ideally, this year I would want to go more into Latin America. I would want to shoot their vlogs, things like this.
So you went in Moldova, you stayed there a little bit. You went in Dubai, you went in where? Warsaw?
Yeah, I've been to Warsaw, Greece.
Bali?
Bali, yeah.
Yeah, so like
also been, yeah, I actually been to multiple places.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't
like,
realize
yeah.
in the beginning.
So like, let's take it with, you started with...
Yeah, I was in Dubai, then I went to London, then I went...
Moldova. How is Moldova?
Then Bucharest again, here in Romania. Then I went back to Dubai, went to Maldives, went to Bali, then back to Dubai. And
yeah, let's take it from like,
Warsaw.
for example, Moldova. What's your take on Moldova?
Moldova is shit.
Why it's shit?
No, it's pretty bad. Going to Moldova initially was Vlad's idea. He put me in the grave.
No, because I was imagining Eastern European place, hot girls, blah, blah, blah.
No, it's not like this. They are all peasants. So the thing is, like, if you guys want to go to countries like this, it's very good, because most people are worms anyway. So they would be satisfied with this type of people, with this type of women. They will be satisfied. They will not pay attention to details. They will not pay attention to their shoes. They will not pay attention to their bags, to their outfits and all those things. But for me, because I've interacted, like, this is facts. Because I've interacted with multiple women throughout the world, for me, the women aspect, the female energy is, you know, is something that I cannot compromise.
I feel like you like more whores from Miami, Dubai, even though they're older and they're whores, rather than like younger from countries.
Yeah, I believe
this is the reality. You have like more.
Yeah,
like for you, it's good to be like in Miami, BBLs, whores.
Yeah, this is what I enjoy. Like ideally, you know, I want like some good girl I have in the house.
Bullshit girl. Yes. But you like whores.
But I enjoy most of the time.
Everyone says this.
To be with BBL.
Yeah,
have us in my videos.
The problem is once you find lots of bitches, you feel like this fantasy of these good girls, they put you in the grave. Like they're very cringe. They're very peasants.
Yeah, I hated my life, because I would go out. She would say to me, can you borrow me 25 euros so I buy this one that straights hair, you know? Then they would put me in the grave with these words. You know, I hated my life. And also people there in Moldova, they couldn't speak English. It was pretty bad.
This is bad, because in Romania you like it more because people don't speak English.
Yeah, and also bits here easier. Like you can do quickies in the car. You can do like.
You think it's more difficult there? Like it's more difficult than Moldova?
Yeah, because I feel that it's the language barrier.
Yeah,
they don't talk so fluent English. They are too
They're not
peasants.
in the European Union. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was pretty bad. But here is much better. I feel that here people like Vlad has different lifestyle because I haven't experienced Romania in this way that Vlad does. Like he has a very good setup with people. He goes to the club. He has all those things organized. When you go and you try to set up in a new country, it's extremely difficult to be able to have this setup up front. And this is what I was explaining to him because he was telling me, yeah, you don't have good setup in Warsaw, for example. You do not do what I do here. And I'm like, you are here 33 years of your life. You're famous in your country. It's not so easy to build all this within a few weeks.
Yeah, you like more
time.
being more internationalist, and I like more. Me, I see traveling. Me personally, to be honest, I see traveling only to go and to update your Instagram with pictures. I don't like this idea of like I could never live like you did in 2025. You were you actually lived like in Warsaw 2 months, there 2 months. Me personally, I don't like it because I feel like you have to start from scratch, as opposed to like having things organized, like you said, more organized,
The best thing that you can do if you go to other countries is, for me, this is what I found that's the most successful, let's say, is to import girls.
Yeah, why
so
you like
have your girls, and you also like, for example, if you live with your friends, you have like bottom girl, let's say, in the house, and then you can go out, like meet other girls and all those things. So you are not lacking, because when you are lacking and you are in the first place in the state of neediness, it's not so easy to go out and fuck girls. And
what he's trying to say is that when you're totally single, let's say you move to a country and you're single, you have this sense of neediness whenever you interact with other girls, new girls there. So it's better to like have already some girl. It gives you more swag.
Yeah, and also today we will say things that most people will not say, that you will not listen to podcasts, but it's very, very true. Like everyone that flies in new countries, they all go to new countries for pussy.
Yeah.
They don't have other reason.
Everyone does everything for pussy at the end of the day.
Yeah, and everyone, because they cannot get pussy, because it's difficult to get pussy, because you have to be funny, you have to be charismatic, you have to spend time, spend money, all those things. And most people maybe have money, but they don't have charisma. They are
a lot
not
of
funny.
people, you guys know they have money, they don't get pussy. Like genuinely, they live like normal bullshit lives.
Yeah.
The money nowadays doesn't guarantee you get pussy. It doesn't have, like, it's just some element there. But if you just stop at making money, because the thing is, we're talking about this, getting pussy became way harder, like this hobby of getting pussy, and most people just sit there at their laptops, and it's easier to sit at your laptop and train and buy objects, for instance, because you save money. It's
buy a car.
Yeah, it's easier to save money than to just talk to girls, be sociable, have friends. It's kind of difficult. It's very chaotic. It's much more predictable and much more easier to just sit at your laptop. And people say like, yeah, I will focus for 1 year and then I'll live life. But they just remain focusing because the other stuff is very hard. It makes no sense.
Yeah, this the chaos that they cannot tolerate. They don't have this stress tolerance of getting rejected all the time. So I'm here with my friend, for example, and he, in the beginning, when we were going out in Bali, he was getting rejected and he couldn't handle this for a long period of time. And I understand this because he's obviously young, but you have to go through this. You have to go through the rejection and you have to go through so much time, and through so many times till you get this resistance and you don't feel it in your skin anymore, Like you have to get rejected till you find some hot girl that you actually will have fun with. And because everyone cannot tolerate this, they just use excuses. Yeah, I'm hustling.
Or they just remain with the frog that respects all men and gives them attention and makes them feel like a G.
Yeah.
A G. You see the biggest influencer, like they post their girls and stuff like this. But other people, like most millionaires, they try to do YouTube or stuff like this, or you go through their Instagram, they don't post the girls they're with because they're with frogs. Because getting hot girls is, like he said, like you deal with lots of rejection. Not because it's a problem with you, can be multiple other problems. For instance, people don't understand this, but like when you're successful as a man or as a woman, if a girl is hot, she's always like has some ex-boyfriend, she has her friends, she has things going on. Maybe when you text her, she doesn't reply to you. Maybe when you first try to approach her on the street and stuff like this, she makes attitudes and stuff like this, you know? You don't have to take it personally. And guys, they take it personally and they just end up with the type of girl that respects every guy. And they lie to themselves, oh, this girl is submissive with me. But she's the type of girl who's submissive with everyone. And also you see guys aim for bullshit girls. So you see guys with money, they aim for like some village girl or some waitress or some. They're afraid of girls that know the game. They're afraid of girls that travel. They're afraid of girls that actually look good because they have options, and it's harder to deal with them.
Yeah, and they end up with frogs, and then they say, "Yeah, I have this wife home," and they never show up the wife, you know, because the wife is usually a peasant from the villages and wears guess.
Whereas, because we fuck lots of bitches, this is the reality, we have this icks, you know how girls say this ick. We have this icks when girls come with like, they don't dress properly, they have like bullshit imperfections, they say bullshit. We say like, we feel like they put us in the grave with small details. So now, because this is the problem when you have big body count, every small detail can annoy you that the girl does. And it becomes way harder to like genuinely like a girl.
Yeah.
You guys in your situation, because I remember when I was younger, I was always overestimating the girls. I was seeing even a 6 hot, you know, when you don't have big body count.
Yeah, me, I don't know, me, I could never. Even with my ex, like in the beginning, she didn't know how to wear makeup. She was putting me in the grave.
Yeah.
And I had to put her to watch reels, how to wear makeup, make her nails. But she had a very good base, like she was beautiful already, was a model, blah, blah. But she was putting me in the grave, didn't know how to wear makeup, and I had to invest time into her, put her in the gym, make her from 7, let's say, to 8, 9. Yeah. Because I like this, I like to invest time and invest money on my girl, like put her fillers, put her teeth.
And also it's important, like the attitude of the girl is important, you know? Like, can be a hot girl, but she has bullshit attitude. Like, doesn't have the mannerism.
Yeah, and puts you in the grave in front of other people.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Even with me personally, even when if I'm with a girl and like, I don't know, we listen to different music or she doesn't, is stupid as fuck, doesn't understand movies. I remember I was fucking this hot chick. And I put, you know, like, okay, you meet a girl, get drunk, high, 2 weeks, but then you have to stay like sober. Yeah. You cannot do activities all your life. After doing it, you just have this moment of like, let's just watch a movie. And I put like Fight Club, and the bitch was like stupid as fuck. Because she was the type of bitch who was used to fuck like criminals, but not like smart criminals, like from the streets, from the, you know,
gorilla pimps.
Gorilla pimp guys. And she didn't have the same taste as me, so I was watching Fight Club, which is like more smart movie. The bitch was like, nah, getting bored, what's this bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
And she was listening to only like Balkan bullshit music, stupid ass bitch, you know?
Yeah.
And I couldn't stay more than 2 weeks with her. But maybe it's me, because the same bitch, now she's in a long-term relationship after me. He's like with a guy with like 4 supercars, successful guy, blah blah. I don't know.
But this is the game. They evolve. Like for example, me, I had like this ex of mine. She was too crazy. Like we had very good sex, very good chemistry, blah blah blah. And she had a problem. She was drinking all the time. Yeah. She had like drinking addiction, alcohol
Lots of
addiction.
Girls have.
And every night I couldn't. At the time, I wasn't making any money. I was broke.
Wasn't compatible. You want to make money, and this
I
bitch
want to make
drink.
money. She was also doing OnlyFans. She was doing all those things, but it was coming with the negatives ones, and the negative ones were pretty bad. Like it was a disaster. We were getting drunk every night, fighting,
too much
beating
chaos.
each other, chaos, all those things, and then had good sex. Like this was the whole relationship. And after this, I saw her like she was traveling with private jets, was traveling like, but. She was still kept on contacting me, even after years. Like this goes like already 3-4 years. Still contacts me because in the end I cut her off, but I cut her off like this, boom. And she couldn't get over this.
Yeah, but I disagreed here. You know why?
Why?
Because you and other guys have this idea like you break up with a bitch, and if she contacts you, she's like she wants you, but it's not that deep. It's like. Bro, girls like imagine you as a guy. drunk some night, you message one of your ex, you want to fuck her at 3 in the morning. It's like a fleeting feeling, you know? Like for her as well, she's bored one night. The next day she sucks dick, she doesn't think of you non-stop, you know?
No, I didn't say that she doesn't think of me.
This is what the nuance you want to give, like, it's not that deep, like, you too can maybe one night you want to fuck a bitch. This does, and that bitch thinks, oh, Dimitri is obsessed with me, message me. But you just, bro, you know, so yeah, it's not that deep, you know.
Yeah, but I believe with her we had a very, very good sexual chemistry. Like it was from the ones that you say that's very, very good. That's the only thing that I believe that this girl couldn't get over, like the sex.
Because sex and arguments are linked. Like, you cannot have sex without fighting and stuff like this. The reality.
Yeah.
You cannot, like, when you're with a girl and she's this good bullshit girl, blah, 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 and, like, you never argues with you, never challenges you, sex is boring. I don't know. This happens all the time. Because the best sex is, like, after arguments, after breakups, after things like this.
Yeah.
It's like some toxic bullshit. It's not necessarily good for business, but it is the reality.
Yeah, I do believe so.
It's the polarity, it's the, I don't know, you know, when you argue and all this stuff.
Yeah, it's the push and pull. This what happens. Like when she pulls away, then you feel this urgency, this FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yeah.
You want her more, you know, so you push more. And the opposite.
Yeah, but it has to be a little bit compatible, like you said, because you're in this moment when you need to make money and you have to basically to choose between this toxic relationship that you like the sex and being like serious and making money.
Yeah, but this is super addictive. So when you have good sex with someone, it's very, very addictive to get over and to break this loop, you know?
If you have good sex with a girl and it's this arguments and this toxic relationship, it's very hard for her to get over it.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
And I feel like even for you as a man to get over a girl, you need to replace her with something that stimulates you even more.
Yeah.
So I know in my life, I will never get over a certain girl unless I meet somebody who just is crazier. I don't know, you understand?
Yeah.
Like have better sex.
Yeah.
At some point, you just evolve and like to get your high is way more difficult, you know? Because for most guys it's easy. They fuck some frog and there's like thousands when you go out of the house.
Yeah.
Imagine if me tomorrow, if I had the Asian bullshit 6.
Yeah.
And I go out the house and even the waitresses are hotter, even everyone.
Yeah.
But once you have like a really hot chick.
And they say go to Thailand to fuck girls. Go to Thailand. Go to Bali. This is all very, very, very bad. Because women are ugly.
People don't understand at a certain level, these quotes from the internet don't work anymore. Like these rules, like people say, it's billions of girls in the world.
Yeah.
Don't stress out. Yeah, but it's very hard. It's the same with friends. It's very hard for me to replace a good friend, even though it's billions of people in the world, because there's not so many smart and people who are exactly like I want. The same with girls, you know? It's not that easy. It's not like, yeah, bro, just billions of girls. It's billions of worms from jobs, billions of waitresses. I don't give a fuck about this, you know?
Yeah. But there are few that they have the whole package.
Bro, imagine in Bucharest. Bucharest has 2 million people. Like, there's 500 girls I'm maybe interested in. You know? Yeah. Realistically.
Yeah.
It's not that many, you know, that are really hot.
Definitely not.
This is another problem. Once you had like hot girlfriends and stuff like this, you also care about the opinions of people. Like, for example, me, if I'm in a relationship with some frog, all my exes would complain, would like make me feel bad, you know?
Yeah.
So I have to pull up.
Would judge you.
Would judge me.
Imagine your ex sees you with some frog.
Yeah.
Would terrorize you.
And also is the case of like, when you have like high self-esteem and like people know you and things like this, you don't want to go and like, imagine you will never want to present to me some girl from the villages. Yeah. That's a good girl, and that's it. Good girl. Because I will make fun of you. I'll say who this frog is, you know?
Yeah.
After some point, like you guys maybe cannot relate because all your friends are worms. Even somebody that's bigger, like richer than us, like Anthony Joshua, cannot come with some girl from Moldova to the table with all his friends, and all his friends have hot girlfriends and stuff like this.
BBL have like. Yeah. It's better, I believe, to have hot girl than that she disobeys than have a frog that obeys. That obeys the waiter, obeys the KFC guys.
Yeah, because usually these girls who obey you easily, it's not about you. It's not about, oh, you're so alpha and obeys you. She obeys every male.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Because
Yeah.
I notice it, I have friends who have like very submissive girlfriends. And then if I sit and analyze, there were type of girls that were like, somebody took their virginity in some one night stand. Other guys disrespected her in the past or humiliated her, you know?
Yeah.
It's never like, she was like a bad bitch, who was like arrogant, and then she's with this guy and now she changed.
Yeah.
You know, this is the thing.
I think there is two approaches, I believe, that you can go to this. Like if a girl has potential, you build her up, or you find a whore and you have fun and you just have fun.
Bro, for me it's like, I want somebody I don't have to force myself to interact with. I just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Like I meet a girl, and usually what happens to me is like, most girls I have sex with them 2 times. And then I cannot see them anymore because I don't know. I don't feel like seeing them. I feel like it's a chore to see them, and I feel like more excited to just meet another girl and fuck another girl. But if naturally I enjoy doing activities with the girl, if I enjoy having sex, if I enjoy hanging out, if it's not no pressure to see her, it's not, I don't see it as some type of work, then I just go with the flow and I stay with the girl.
Yeah, for me it's very rare to be with a woman and want to spend time with.
Because it's very rare in general to have chemistry with people.
It's not about chemistry. I believe that the woman has to be emotionally intelligent. For me, has to be like a little bit smart. I don't know, to be able to discuss about topics that do not have defense mechanisms, and you talk to her and she's getting triggered instantly and she's like getting defensive all the time and all those things, because usually those type of girls are so immature, you cannot talk, you can only fuck. And then you fuck once and then you don't want to see them again.
I feel, I get what you're saying, but my view is that in general it's hard to have chemistry with people, because even with guys, most of the men you meet, you cannot become friends with them. Because you cannot explain it. It's not something you can explain.
Yeah.
You don't laugh at the same jokes. You didn't have like the same background. I don't know.
Yeah, even with all those people that we have interacted, we are only us two. We remain throughout the years.
Yeah,
like Wolverine.
We met.
Everyone dies.
Yeah, we met so many people, and the interactions were forced. Like sit at table, talk principles, talk bullshit. But they weren't like the type of people that you can get like deep connection with them.
Yeah.
There were worms, but it's the name of the game. You just have to meet lots of people, probably.
Yeah.
If you meet lots of people, you make a few friends.
Yeah, but you cannot force it. Because I see many of you guys try to force connections and they try to be, I moved with those G's to Marbella, and then after 5 months, you don't talk to each other again. And the problem is that you try to force all those principles that Tate were saying back in the day. Yeah, you have to be with your brothers, warm brothers.
They want to force the brotherhood.
Yeah, they want to force the brotherhood, but this is not forced. You are either a good match with someone or you are not. That's it. If you meet someone, for me, that's why I don't interact with many people, because many of them put me in the grave. Like I cannot go out and interact. I will talk about women, I will talk about this, and they will start saying they will push their agenda on me. Or we will go out in the club and they will sit there, 3-4 men sitting there like this, being G's. And then I will have to do everything. I will have to go bring women, I will have to do all the work, you know? This is some parts of this whole like brotherhood thing that I don't really enjoy. I don't enjoy if the other people do not be able to get women, for example, do not be able to talk to women, or they are not able to stay in a conversation or act normally, don't be awkward.
But it's very hard to do this because it involves a lifestyle where you waste a lot of time. Like this is the reason why we don't have this problem and we don't act weird and like we don't make others feel uncomfortable around us, is that we spend a lot of money and we waste a lot of time going out.
We spend millions on this lifestyle.
Going out, meeting people, meeting girls, getting drunk with girls. I feel like people just want to make money and that's it, and they think it's enough. But it's very hard if you just make money. You need to do all the other stuff. You need to put more pressure on your shoulders and go through more experiences.
Yeah, for sure. And as a young man, I believe that you have to experience like all this, the spectrum of having a frog, having a hot girl, having a girl who disobeys, have a girl who obeys, have girls that you fuck and they are prostitutes. Not necessarily that you have to pay, but you understand, you get my point. Like, you have to pass through all these things, and to pass through all this spectrum, you have to spend a lot of money, you have to waste a lot of time, so you get the experience. So many people will say, yeah, focus on yourself, work on your laptop, all those things. But this is copy mechanisms. I believe that this is copy mechanisms, because at the end of the day, everyone wants to have hot girls, hot women, even a girlfriend that's a good match with you, that she understands you, and all those things. But if you don't do the work, this is never gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen, and work, like I always say, isn't just making money. This is a part of the work and what you need to do. Because I look at me, for everyone, like even for me, it's easier if I just sit alone in the house and work. But I force myself to focus, even though it's people coming to my house, even though it's a girl in my house, even though it's distractions, and I force myself in 2 hours or 3 hours to do the work that I usually do in 8 if I'm alone, you know? Because I try to take advantage of every moment. Like, for example, me now, I wake up in the morning, nobody's woken up, no friend of mine, blah, blah, blah. And I try in those hours, I'm like, yeah, need to do all the work. Because after, get calls, people come and visit. Because I have multiple friends that live in my area and they just come to my apartment without knocking on the door, you know? And people just come, maybe it's a girl in the house. And if you have a hot girlfriend, let's say, or if you interact with hot girls, they will require attention. You have to fuck them. It's not that easy. Like, there's moments when I'm not in the mood to fuck necessarily, you know, but have some hot chick in the house and I have to fuck her. She sits there, complains, comes here, and I'm sitting in the laptop, you know. And I try to do the work as fast as possible to focus, so I can tick all the things I need to do. Like, I need to go to the gym, I need to go to the boxing to train, I need to do content. Like, I try to not waste time just sitting, you know, just not doing nothing.
I believe the best thing that you guys can do, because obviously you cannot implement the same strategies as we have, because we are almost 30 years old and we have spent years in this game and we have spent millions of dollars.
Also, you need money, like, first of all.
Yeah, you need money. This is the first thing. So I believe that you have to invest some period of your life to just build yourself up and make some money. And once you make this money, to go out and try to do things. You have to get uncomfortable. As long as you feel uncomfortable with all those situations, means that you are in the right path. As long as you feel comfortable and you catch yourself feeling comfortable sitting in the house with some frog or whatever, and there is nothing going on in your life, something that excites you, and you feel like too comfortable, then it means that you are fucking up, that you are not trying enough.
I read a tweet, I forgot who wrote it, but I liked it, and he said, like, you have to, the purpose is make money and transform the money into some attributes. Like, for example, transform the money into buying stuff. And I realized this is very important. Like, me, when I started making money, I'd like to, like, just buy people to do stuff for me. And, like, I don't know, assistants, and, like, pay for friends to go out. Because you need all this stuff, like, if you want a good life. Like, imagine, you make money. Okay, I need to be respected wherever I go. I need to, like, roll deeper than everyone else. You have to pay for people. You have to do all this stuff.
Most people make money, nobody respects them. Nobody knows about them.
Like, imagine you make money and you go somewhere and it's like you're alone with the frog and there's like 4 men like bigger than you at the table sitting there, and they can beat you up at any moment because they have friends and you're a lone wolf. Yeah. Not like this, because I like the power the money brings you. We had an incident a few weeks ago. We had like some ops of ours in the club, and we were just like had the club on lock. We could do everything there. Just go there and I just like humiliated some guy. Like, I like doing this stuff, you know?
And
I like the power.
The guy and nobody did shit.
Nobody did shit. His friends were like afraid of me. Like, this is the reason why you make money. To have like hot girlfriends, to have like soldiers, to have like good life, to have respect when you go out, you know?
Yeah. Most people cannot
and also to buy yourself free time, because if you don't buy yourself free time, you're forced to do wormy shit. Forced to go and do shopping at the supermarket because you cannot order from your phone. Forced to sit there, cook every day, you know?
Yeah.
Forced to go to the barber, drive, waste time. And then you do all the tasks. And then you don't have time to meet girls and to develop your other skills, you know?
Yeah.
And even the hobbies you have, once you have money, you can do it in a better way. So like, for example, when we go to the boxing, the gym, we have the trainer just for us. We have the gym cleared, it's me and my friends. I don't like going to some worms in a normal class, you know?
Yeah.
I'd rather pay like hundreds of dollars per month on this rather than paying $50 for a normal. And there's guys who make money and they don't invest in these things and they don't see it important. But like for me, it's important. I like to improve the quality of my experiences, you know? Even when I go out and like just tip people more than they need to be tipped and stuff like this.
So they can remember you.
Just because it gives me, don't give a fuck about them. Like people just pretend like, these guys at work, you have to respect. I don't respect nobody. I just want to pay him because afterwards, maybe I run out of cigarettes. This happens to me all the time. Like I'm at a restaurant and the bitch is like, oh, can you buy me this bullshit, you know? What can I do? Go there and leave the bitch and send the waiter. But usually you cannot do it because he's at work. But if you tip him all the time, you'll do like that.
I was doing the same things when I was in Mykonos.
Yeah.
And I spent $120,000 in 15 days.
Yeah, because if you have money, why not spend it?
Yeah, but the thing is like it was football players from Champions League, blah, blah, blah. And they were waiting in the line to get in Scorpios. And I just walked with my securities.
Yeah, the same thing with us here in Bucharest.
It has to do with the connections that you have, and to build those connections, you have to spend money. You have to know the right people. Imagine you are in a foreigner country and you are someone. Nobody gives a fuck. Even if you are, I don't know, football player, for example.
Yeah.
They were in Mykonos, still waiting in the line with all this, with hot chicks, all those things, and I would go there with my friends. Boom, instantly going to the table. Like all those small little things gives you this aura, let's say, this advantage, you know, gives you builds up your confidence.
Yeah, and this is, we ended up in some point like where people nowadays, and especially in the last few months, they're talking about like Looksmaxxing and all this bullshit. And I believe, of course, every attribute helps you, but like he was saying, like, bro, nowadays all the hot chicks in the summer, they're in Mykonos, they're in Saint-Tropez, all these places. You can be a good-looking guy, but if you're in your small town or you don't travel, you're not there where it matters. Even at the smaller level. Let's say, like yesterday was like New Year's Eve. You're handsome in the house alone eating rice on New Year's Eve. And the girls you like are at my table in the club or at other guy's table. Like, you're not in the position to showcase your handsomeness, you know? Your attributes or your charm. I know lots of people who have like look better than me, have better like game, and they're naturally funnier than me, but they're not able to put it into practice because they're not at the right place at the right time, you know?
Yeah.
Like they're not with like how we we're like 5 guys New Year's Eve with like 30 bitches. Yeah. If you're not there, you can be handsome, but where can you showcase this? Or if you don't have money to just simply go out, because even going out takes money. Even if you do it on a smaller level, even if you're some worm and just sit in the house, you still need to buy vodka, buy substances for the horse, buy all this bullshit, you know? If you have work in the morning, it's very hard to get drunk in a random Monday.
Yeah.
Because like, I had one of my last vlogs, I explained how I was at home and some girls messaged me at 6 in the morning and I fucked them. Imagine if I was sleeping at 6 in the morning and I had work at 8. Couldn't waste time until 2, 3 p.m. to have sex with these girls. This is why it's important to have like this free time if you want to get girls. To have everything in place. And also like another thing is when you live with your girlfriend full time, like I know people, they're rich, but they live with their girlfriend. It nullifies your money because you cannot bring girls to your place. You don't have like the infrastructure to do all these things.
Yeah, I remember myself. I was living in Skyview with an ex-girlfriend of mine, and I couldn't utilize the place. I was living in the best building in Dubai.
You have to fucking Burj Hotel and you look like an idiot, you know?
Yeah, and I had to invent other things, so I go and do that. It was pretty bad. Like you cannot live with a girlfriend. But at the time, I felt like doing it.
Yeah,
so it's different. Like for me, it's different. Like if I actually like a girl, I'm this type of guy that wants to stay, wants to have the woman around, like it satisfies me.
I think it gives you good energy.
If you are a good match, like with her, we were good match.
Sure, because it's, you know, when I like a girl, especially in the beginning of the relationship and stuff like this, like in the first year, because me, we had different situations. Me, like, I see relationship differently because I've been in a relationship all my life. So me, the last 15 years, imagine from 2011 or 2010 until now, it's like 15 years, 16 years. I only been single for like 8 months. So I was constantly in at least one serious relationship. So definitely there's moments when you like sitting with a girl and you can make more money and it's good. I don't know, it just gives you more.
Yeah, for me, I believe it didn't help me to make more money, but it helped me more into stabilizing myself, like to not be so crazy. But I feel that it was the wrong moment. But she was a good girl, and we were in a good terms together. Like
Yeah, the reality
we
of
had fun together.
The reality of
we liked
life
each
is
other,
if
so.
when you live with your girlfriend, you stay more with her, you feel FOMO and you feel like
Yeah.
jerking off to other bitches. Me, I'm always like this.
Yeah.
If you put a girl, if I sit with her more than a few days, I end up at 4 a.m. when she sleeps, I'm thinking other bitches. But it's normal, bro. When you sit with a girl more time, you just think of other girls, and if you're with other girls,
Yeah, you think of having one girl that stabilizes you. And
Yeah.
you are together and you have a healthy relationship. You want, when you have the one, you want the other, and when you have the other, you want the other one. So I believe that the best solution is to have both.
Yeah. What do you think about Tate losing his fight with Chase? I want to just ask you some questions I wrote here.
What I believe. I believe it was very unnecessary to do this.
To risk
but
it, right?
Yeah, but I believe that he did it on purpose, so he knew that he would win, because the guy was a loser. Like, he didn't know how to fight, like, based on previous fights, so I believe that he thought that it's easy win, and then when he lost, he downplayed it. Yeah, I was in jail for 2 years, I'm an old man and all those things. Previously was saying, yeah, I'm training all the time, blah, blah. He pushes his agenda. I would do the same.
That's good PR, Tate.
Yeah.
Very good at
Yeah,
PR.
I would personally do the same. He played smart. He chose some weak opponent.
Theoretically weak, yeah.
Yeah, he bought the company also, so he came there with status. Like, he played it very good, but when the time to execute came, he fucked up.
Yeah.
But it came into multiple factors because he fucked up. I don't know, maybe he was stressed. I think it was the stress. Like, he was stressed out because he has this big name and he had to compensate with this. And he had to perform, and I believe that it was too much performance for him to keep all this legacy of billions of dollars and things like this. And I believe that this stress caused him to fuck up. And then he was saying, yeah, maybe God allowed this. Maybe God didn't want Chase to take this loss because he was too humiliated in his life. He downplayed it in another way.
That is good because he took the risk, and like all his life he took risks, you know?
Yeah.
Even when he was posting content, nobody was seeing it, he took risks. He was on Big Brother, they kicked him out, he took this risk of going there. He took risk with many things, you know? Said all this crazy shit online, the controversial shit. So Tate all his life took risks, and some of the risks, like, they made him who he is, like rich, all this success, you know?
But I believe that when you feel invisible, because he went out of jail, like, he had all, like, even if when he was losing, he was winning.
Yeah, he made every loss a win.
Yeah, but this one you cannot turn it into win. Like, he tries to take it as a win, but actually doesn't turn as a win. But it's respectable either way to be in this position to make billions of dollars and want to fight. Like, he's crazy in his mind, you know? Like, no one else would ever want to go fight while he has this legacy behind, while he has so many people respect him and all those things. Yeah, and he knew that at the end of the day, there is a risk. There is still a risk, even if this guy that he fought with was technically a loser, there was still a risk in the end that he might lose the fight, and he still took it. So props to him. Like,
I think he also took it because he doesn't enjoy like going out so much, clubbing and all the other stuff, you know, like women. Doesn't enjoy it that much. And I feel in his heart he enjoyed the process of like training, all this stuff. But not necessarily training with like going to train with real fighters, you know? Like just training with these guys.
Yeah.
You know, because it's also difficult when you're in his position. Imagine him going to train with these crazy Sean Strickland, all these guys. They do videos there, doing you know, fantasies on him. So he had to, like, people say, oh, but they didn't train with real fighters. It's very hard when you have this name. People want to make a name for themselves. And they'll bring you to these gyms, and everyone is an influencer now, and they will expose you. They terrorize you there, and they train every day like the real fighters. And of course they will
Even the fight that he took, he first bought the company, first humiliated KSI. There was a process behind this until he takes the fight. You know, it's not like, oh, why he doesn't fight, I don't know, like, as you said, since Strickland. Why he didn't fight this guy? Because if you go there, you will get probably humiliated. And he doesn't want to risk for nothing.
Normal people don't understand this, but you have to move differently when you're like this level of popularity. I saw recently they were judging this streamer Kai Cenat that his girlfriend cheated with like NBA Youngboy, and they were saying like, oh, this guy's a loser, blah blah. But it's easy to judge from the sidelines. You guys think from your position of being worms and stuff like this, you know? You're very masculine, you're tough. But if you, once you put the camera on, once people know you and stuff like this, you all become pussy and you all, like...
You cannot talk. You are funny, contextual funny with your friends.
You're contextual funny with your friends. They're contextual tough in your little world because every one of you, when you get arrested, you cover like this. And nobody sees you afterwards because your mom says, oh, you disappoint us. I've seen this all the time.
Yeah.
Everyone is tough until shit hits the fan. Everyone is a G with his warm girlfriend. And then when he picks up on a hot girl or gets a little bit of attention, like he folds. It's very hard. Like me, I don't judge these famous people. And even when I hear with the Diddy documentary, people like hate him. But for me, I'm sure that a percentage of the people in the documentary, they just had hidden resentment because I don't know if you watched. You watched a little bit, right?
I watched, yeah.
Yeah, part of the people who were speaking against him were people that felt entitled to his money, girls he stopped replying to because in the moment, like 20 years ago when these things were happening, they were all happy. All the bitches were happy, sniffing Tussie from the table, fucking. Everyone was happy. Yeah. But now they're like haters. So it's easy to judge people, but when you're there, it's different.
Yeah, when you actually live this and you're in the war zone.
Yeah, and I also think like even with Diddy, in Diddy's case, I don't think he abused nobody because most of those people, they enjoyed it. This is the reality.
Yeah.
He didn't do shit, but he had this enemy in 50 Cent who orchestrated this good documentary that everything was perfect and made you feel hate towards him. The music, the images, how they presented him. Yeah. How they brought from the past all these people, all these business partners who were talking badly. So the whole package was very good to make him hateable. But in reality, if you analyze, he made all these people rich as well. Because bro, even this discussion with like good people and bad people, if you're friends with, or if you're around a person who is bad, but so rich and successful, inevitably you'll learn lots of shit and if you'll get opportunities and you'll live your best life. Even the guy's a bad person. And compare this to a good person who's broke and has no power. You understand what I'm saying? Like imagine let's say I'm a bad person, but I have people around me. They will watch everything I say and they'll learn. They will benefit that I have money and I pay for shit.
Yeah, it's the same with me. With this friend I had from Greece, he's technically a bad person because he killed 2 people.
Yeah.
He's accused of killing 2 people. I don't know like if he actually did it or not. But he's in prison now. And say, oh, bad person. Yeah, he's actually bad person. But being with him had a lot of fun. We're spending a lot of money. Yeah. We're doing like crazy shit. We would go gamble, make a shit ton of money together. We would have fun with our girlfriends. You know, we would go like couples outside. It was very, very good situation. Is he a bad person? Yes, he is. Did we have good time? Yes, we did have.
Yeah.
You know? And so this is it.
And I also feel like you cannot accomplish lots of things in your life if you rely strictly on like good people, because these good people are also useless and do not have good ideas and they're worms. You know? Yeah. Because imagine you have a company and you need a sales team. If you hire their good people, they won't sell shit. You need some crooks that hop on the phone and sell to people that don't need the service.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But if a person is bad, but he likes you and he treats you nicely and he's good for your agenda, he's still useful, you know? Even though outside he's a psychopath with other people. Because even I wrote a tweet about this, even with friends. Let's say I have 4 good guy friends and somebody attacks us on the street or tries to pick up on our girls or treats us disrespectfully because they're drunk. My good friends that are good guys, blah, 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 they won't intervene because they have good souls. I'd rather hang out with somebody who enjoys this.
Yeah.
And will beat the shit out of the other people and everyone will feel safe.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or imagine you have a good friend. Because I had good people in my life, but when I got arrested, I noticed they didn't reply to the phone calls, didn't write to me because they were afraid. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to be associated with Vlad. He's going through these issues. You know, they're pussy.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to get in trouble. But if you have like psycho friends, they all reply, send you money, act nicely. Don't give a fuck about being associated. They enjoy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like my friend, like the bank guy was saying, like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I want to get arrested too. Take me in the case. You know, like this discussion with like good and bad people, even with women. You have a good girl. Good girl respects her parents, blah, blah. You get into trouble, she will leave you because her father said you're not good.
He will leave you for her comfort.
For her comfort, and you go to prison, and for 20 years, she works a normal job, and you sit there without cigarettes, without clothes, blah, blah. And let's say maybe you're with some whore who'll do whatever it takes to keep you fed. Because she's crazy in love with you.
Yeah.
So it's complicated conversation about like good and bad people. I feel like if a person is bad to others, but he's good with you, then it's good, you know?
Yeah.
That's a good connection with you.
Yeah.
What do you think about, because there's this trend right now, we're talking about like Looksmaxxing and things like this, because you lived your life as you're a model, you're a handsome guy, blah, blah, blah. What do you feel about this situation with the Looksmaxxing becoming like popular?
I believe
versus status and other things.
When it comes to Looksmaxxing, I believe that you should try to look as good as possible. Like to take care of yourself, getting haircut. But other than that, I don't believe in, other than getting a haircut and nice clothes.
You know, like people do like Tate surgery, jaw heart surgery, all this bullshit.
No, if they want to do it, they can do it. I believe that if you are handsome, you're handsome. If you are not handsome, then you have to invest into other things, invest into making money and getting status, people to know you for a certain reasons, mostly getting into the influential space, like becoming an influencer and things like this, so you attract more, because all this happens for women, so you can attract more women. If you are ugly, I think just go to the gym and get a haircut and just try to invest your time into building your social media and be someone, and you will get laid.
I have a question for you, because you were in Maldives in April, and you went there with 3 girls that you found on the internet. And I want to ask you, like, you enjoy this. I have to be honest with you guys, I never flied girls from other countries to Romania. So me, I only fucked girls who I found here. Of course, other cities from Romania, but like, I didn't fly girls from, let's say, Greece to Romania, Miami to Romania. But Vakalis did this, and what's the game for this? Because maybe some rich people, they live in Dubai and they want to apply this. Or they want to go in Maldives like you with 3 bitches. Explain to the guys, make a breakdown of the game. How a girl becomes comfortable traveling, what type of girls you aim for and stuff like this. And why do you enjoy it more than dating girls from the city you're in there?
Yeah. So the first thing is that every girl that will fly out to you, she's either did it before.
It's a little bit hard, but it's good.
But they are usually whores. Like they've done this before. They are about it.
They're about their life.
So you don't have to have this mindset that you will fly someone out and then she will become your girlfriend because you're just gonna ruin your life. Like, I've done the same thing with my ex. I flew her in Greece, but we've met before in Mykonos. And even from this, I figured out that she's more internationalist, that she wanted to fly, but we had a very good connection in the beginning. And I believe that because we had good connection, she's never done this before, and because we had a good connection, she did it. Is she gonna do it in the future? I think yes, because she did it already.
Yeah.
And she will go to the next guy and she will say, yeah, it's my first time that I do this, you know?
Yeah.
But usually, women that they fly out to you, you have to have your walls, like do not fall in love with them, because they're gonna hurt you in the long run. You have to know what these women are for, and they are for fun, you know? Every woman that's gonna fly out to you. Now, why I don't date women locally? First of all, because I live in Dubai, like I date also women locally there, but they are all, like 99% of them are whores. They give pussy to people that they have money. Your other question was, how to orchestrate something like
Like,
this.
how was your experience with like Maldives with 3 girls? Because what like the vlog you did was good and like it was
Yeah.
enjoyable. The girls were very hot and stuff like this.
Yeah, so I found all those girls online and I invested time into them, into just. But the thing is, like, you don't need to invest so much time. Like, I don't know how to explain this. You don't need to invest so much time when you have the infrastructure. When you say to them, I go to Maldives, they all come.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And when you need to understand this, when you are handsome and when you have money and when you have good social media, you don't have to invest so much time into all this situation. So me, I invested time. I invested 1 hour out of my day into talking to them, organizing everything. But the thing is that I had also the back end ready. I had the manager who was booked me the hotels. I had the videographer ready for the content. They had already their flights. Like it was everything super organized.
Yeah, I'll make
You
the
know?
breakdown because what you're trying to say is, you know, when you when you want to catch rats, you just put the cheese on the table.
Yeah.
The same with girls. If you have good temptation for them, you need to offer something that's tempting. And this is what he did with Maldives and what he does when he flies girls. It's 8 out of 10 temptation. More than this is like if Anthony Joshua messages you to do this.
Yeah.
Same shit, you know, but he's Anthony Joshua. But it's very, like imagine if you call a girl now and tell her, come to my place, we'll smoke joints, it's like 3 out of 10 temptation.
Yeah.
And this is 8 out of 10. And you throw these symbols away like, come with me, Maldives.
Maldives is 10 out of 10 temptation.
Yeah, like all the-
everyone wants to go.
Nowadays, you guys have to understand, like, girls are on TikTok non-stop, girls are on Reels, girls have fake accounts and they follow other bitches that are a little bit older or more successful than them. And they enjoy these girls who have their feeds full of vacations. And this is one of the biggest temptations, the traveling. Like, lower than this is other things like drugs, clubs locally and stuff like this. But now we live in a more globalized world where if you say, let's come to Dubai, come to Maldives, all this stuff. Girls who are over 20, they enjoy this, you know, because it's all a process. Like a girl who's 17, of course, she probably won't go to Maldives with you because first she has to be fucked by the guys with 5 series in her town, the guys from rich families locally. Then she goes to the capital city of the country or a bigger city for college, bullshit, gets fucked there by other guys, and then she ends up in the international scene because the hot girls always end up there. It's like a progression. The only girls who are not into this lifestyle are the girls who are, of course, in a serious relationship. Because when, as a woman, when you're in a serious relationship, you're more isolated from this shit. Let's say a girl, she's hot, but for 5 years she's with a guy, that guy is simping, that guy is taking her out, blah, blah, blah. She forgets about this. But the single girl who's genuinely hot will always like traveling and all these
There is
things.
levels to the game, and when a woman is very young, so that's why you cannot fly out women that they are 18 years old or 19 years old. And this
They're not ready.
No, and I have a very good example of an ex of mine that she was from Germany, so she was dating a German guy there when she was 19 years old. When she became 20 years old, she started flying around, doing modeling, all those things. Then she met me in Mykonos. Then I flew her out. I showed her the lifestyle of how it is to be with someone who's a multi-millionaire, and I put the stakes too high. So now the next guy who she will be with, in order for her to maintain a relationship, she will try to look for something even higher than this. But because I put the stakes too high, there is not many men that they have like this infrastructure.
Yeah, like she enjoys guys that travel with her and all this stuff. She will never be satisfied with the guy, keeps her in the apartment in some bullshit German city and sit there doing hugs. This is the thing. Yeah,
for sure. This is the name of the game, and all those women that they are flying out, they flew out before, and they did it again, and they will do it again in the future. You cannot just fly out some woman who's very young and who's inexperienced. And when you fly someone out, you have to understand that this person is most likely a whore that she did it before. Unless, I don't know, you make her fall in love, but it's extremely difficult to do this through messages, and all women perform anyway. They will perform, they will say words, yeah, I'm in love.
Yeah, I feel like
those
you're
things,
more...
so they get what they want from you.
You're more susceptible of like having a relationship with somebody who's not in these circuits, international circuits and traveling and fucking guys. If you live in a country like me, because I live in Bucharest, I can date like virgin, even at my age, I can date virgin girls, I can date like high school girls that aren't like they're 18, let's say, but they're not yet there. But everyone will end up there anyway, you know? I also feel like people overestimate this idea of like finding a wife, finding a girlfriend, because at some point you'll break up anyway in this day and age. Even if you have a kid with a woman, you'll break up at some point, because let's say I start a relationship with a girl now, then I get even richer and more famous and stuff like this. I'll probably cheat and we'll break up and stuff like this. Or if you go down and you become some worm, she will break up with you because you're in a bad spot. So you shouldn't overestimate like this. I will find my wife. Yeah, we'll be 2-3 years with her, 4 years, 5 years, then we'll break up. Everything is like fluctuating nowadays. Nothing is stable. You won't be forever together.
It's the same thing that you have told me like a long time ago with your ex. She met you when you didn't have money, and when you made money, she didn't like this anymore.
Yeah.
Because women will stay with you if they meet you in a certain position. So if they meet you, for example, in the bottom, they will not want you to become successful, because they will feel threatened that you might cheat on them, that you will not give them so much attention and things like that. In my situation, for example, I met my ex when I was making crazy money, when I had very high status, and she wanted me to be in this way. So when problems came on my way, she left, because I wasn't the person that she met me. And it's reasonable, because this is human nature. Women want you in the way that they meet you. If they meet you being a player, and they meet you being a playboy, and you have women and all those things, and then you become cuck, then they will leave. If they meet you cuck and you become a playboy, then they will leave. So they always want you to be in this state of mind as they meet you.
I feel like at some point, like every girl, even these stupid ones, even the ones who don't have the mind to orchestrate bad things against you and they don't have the power to do anything, still want you to be like, because I see this all the time.
There is exceptions, yes.
Yeah, but they see it all the time. They want to sabotage the relationship you have with your friends because they want you to depend on her. They want to sabotage your success because if you end up like famous or popular and makes lots of money, you start having ideas with bitches and stuff like this. Like women are like insecure and jealous, but it's part of the game. It's not that deep. And even if you have conversations with them and they won't understand, you have to like just do it and don't give a fuck. You know, don't take it seriously. Because I saw a tweet from somebody who was saying like, sometimes you feel like they do like Machiavellian shit against you, but it's just their subconscious mind trying to get attention and trying to make you love them and spend time with them. It's not that deep. It's not that they consciously scheme something against you, you know? It's just their way they are, you know?
Yeah, we are also, sometimes we try to scheme certain things unconsciously towards them, and they try to do the same. This is the laws of human nature. And now I want to go back to the question that you asked me, how was the trip? So when you fly multiple girls, it's getting a little bit tricky, and also Dan Bilzerian was talking about this, that some women will fall in love with you, some women will ruin your vibe, and no one can relate to this until you actually do it. Mm-hmm. So me, I flew with initially 4 women.
Yeah, you had 4 in Dubai and then you left with 3 in Maldives, right?
And then I left with 3 in Maldives. But why I left with 3 in Maldives?
So one was complaining, right?
Yeah, because one was arguing with me, wanted more things, she had her own agenda because she was too used in this game. You know, she had her own agenda, she pissed me off. I told her, you stay in Dubai, and I told her 2 hours before we fly out. Then I felt safe with those 3 girls, and then we went there. And because I was talking to one girl, I was giving her attention more than I was giving to the others, she fallen in love with me.
Yeah.
And because she fallen in love with me, she ruined all the vibe. in the trip. She would make faces, she would go cry, she would try to guilt trip me, she will not let her friend fuck with me, like her friend would try to suck my dick, and then she would make like faces.
Yeah, it's interesting how
Like all
women.
those
Yeah,
things.
it's interesting how women are, because some girls, they when they start dating you, they're like, yeah, they're trying to be kinky. They think they're clever. They think they're like, yeah, don't care, blah blah. But then they catch feelings,
Yeah.
and then they start like making faces. They're not that kinky as they thought they were. You know?
Yeah.
This is funny.
Yeah, and she pretty much ruined, in a sense, my trip, because she was all over the place. Like, she was crying all the time, all those things. Like, we didn't have so much fun as I was expecting to have. So I would say to you guys that if you want to fly multiple girls to go on a trip, it's better to just pay for models. And if you want to do content for social media, I would say that it's better to pay for models, that you will not have sex with them and you just have them for
Yeah,
social
here I
media.
disagree. Like, what? No, this is not.
If they want to do content for social media, then they
But
have...
me personally, yeah, I was talking to somebody recently. I don't like this because I talked to a friend. It's like some guy online sells like courses about women and bullshit. It's like Michael, some old guy. He has like this whole feed with pictures, with fake ass pictures with women, like model bullshit. But for me, I like more in Eastern Europe. This doesn't exist. Like me, if I want to go out, I was talking to somebody about this. Here is no promoters, no people you can pay to bring girls. You need to do it all by yourself, you know? So me, if I do content, let's say with a girl, I want to be like real shit. I don't like this fake ass Instagram.
Same with me, but I'm saying, like, for them, if they want to do content for social media,
yeah, but even
they can do it in this way if they don't want to go through all this drama that I've been through.
Yeah,
Obviously, I would never pay for
bullshit.
models and things like this because it's not me. You know me. I would never do this because I enjoy the process. I enjoy of breaking hearts, like women are getting jealous.
And I feel like this
those
type of
things.
content with forced ass content with women you don't know and stuff
It's
like
pretty
this.
garbage.
It's garbage. This is why me.
I saw this guy, Maurits Neo. You saw this guy that they fly to Monaco, they have like all the paid models. And you can see like in the way that they act, they are two worms, they know nothing about life. All these women are there because they took money, because of the vacation and all those things. But when women actually like you of who you are, you know, regardless of what you provide, because you are funny, because in this trip that I went, I had so much fun. Like with the other girls that they were there, we were laughing all the time, had very good time, very good sex. It was everything very good except of this. So there is a chance for someone to catch feelings. I would strongly recommend you to do this at least once in your life to experience on how it feels to be with multiple women, to go to some crazy destination. Obviously, I'm going to do it again. And yeah, that's it. If you want to do content for social media, just get women that you pay them and be warm.
me personally about social media, I don't like this idea of like faking it this way with like you can just be yourself on social media. Even
But
if
you don't understand that most people are worms. And
yeah, but they can be worms and still do social media content because they will find other worms that are like them and they like these people. You know? Like
if you're a worm, they will never find a girl that she will be obsessed with them and all those things. Very rarely, and most of the times
they can do content about what they enjoy, like gaming or their business, or they don't have to be faking it. Even this, most guys, when you're not involved, you might think that you see a guy has this feed, this fake ass Instagram with fake followers and like with pictures with women and all this stuff. But these guys don't necessarily fuck the most bitches because on a local level, we're talking about this. Like I know guys didn't upload their Instagram for years, but they just have good social circles and they go out and they fuck bitches, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily if you see a guy with like fly cars on Instagram, he's fucking bitches all the time and stuff like this. Me personally, this is why I don't have like fake ass models, girls on the profile, on the feed, you know?
Yeah. It has to come natural. But what I said, and I want to clarify this, is if they specifically want to do content for their Instagram, it's easier if they just buy their way to there, if that makes sense. Instead of sit there talking to so many girls, getting rejected, finding some girls that they will probably not be in this level as the ones I have, because I have also better social media, I have like higher status. I've also like I'm looking good, you know. So if they don't have this recipe, if they don't have this package, it's easier to just pay.
Yeah, I don't know. Me, I don't agree with this. Like, yeah, I don't know. Me personally, I feel like what I like is.
I like the same.
Yeah.
We both like the same.
Yeah.
But if someone wants to do it for the content, they can just do it for the content and they can just pay.
My view on content is like you have to live your life and you just put parts of your life and you don't try to orchestrate too much, you know? Like me, it's not for me, you know? Like I cannot be, I don't know, sit in the house all day on my laptop and then I'm like, let's think of something for specifically for content. If I don't like usually doing that, I don't really want to do content, you know?
Yeah, you have to also enjoy this. Because
it's more real. Like if people, if they see you're a fake ass idiot, they don't like. At the end of the day, why you do content? For two reasons. You want to get more popular to get bitches, and you want to make money, like sell products and stuff like this. And like you can, we know people like you don't have. You can make just not a big amount of views and sell shit because people like you how you are. You know.
Yeah.
There's many individuals that just post those viral jokes on reels and they don't sell shit, they don't make money, you know?
Yeah.
They're not real. There's like some avatars on the internet.
Yeah. Me, I only recorded these vlogs because I actually wanted to do it for my experience. I always wanted to do this.
Yeah, I feel like for
And
you, and also was something you usually do because you always date girls internationally. You were already to all these locations. You enjoy the whole process. Enjoy calling girls on FaceTime, you waste time on this, you know, like all the time. I feel like people are saying now that like the sex industry is not working anymore and like it's a lot of competition, but like I feel like everything works. Like if you do this with OnlyFans and if you do also with webcam, because webcam is this type of business where you just start with the girl and can make money from the first day and it's not like some complicated with the team and other shit. Like you just can start webcam, you find the model, she's there, the websites give her traffic and you make money, you know? And then, like me, in an ideal world, how I would do it, if I was a total beginner, I would start with webcam. And then like if you manage to make your girl ranked better on webcam and websites. So I'll give you an example with a guy from my community. If you watch my vlogs, you'll see it's like a blonde guy, Caden, is from America. It's like a guy from Webcam Profits, started with a model on webcam. Now he's in Romania. Anyway, he started, makes like a few $1,000s per day. And I helped him with introducing him with a guy from the OnlyFans space. And basically, because he has like 3,000 people at the same time in the room, a percentage of the viewers go to his OnlyFans, his free OnlyFans. They subscribe there, and then this guy from OnlyFans has his chatters, and they milk the subscribers because the girl says on stream like, "Hey guys, subscribe to my OnlyFans." And I feel like the perfect way is you start with webcam, you make the girl successful. A percentage of the guys go on OnlyFans, and you use AI down the line to multiply the content. So you do this hybrid shit, and then you have the money, you have a little bit of money, and you can just. It's easy for you to find people and stuff like this.
But you have to have the right mindset to invest into your business and not like, because some of you might invest this money into going to the clubs and spending money on bitches and all those things. This is all good, but at the same time you have to invest money into your knowledge and you have to invest money into your business because this is what's going to return you more money and this is what's going to lead you to have more women later down the line and you have more experience and live a whole different reality. Because without money, and when I say without money, I mean without having a lot of money. Because don't think that with $20,000 or $30,000 you can live this type of lifestyle. Like me, I spent $40,000 for 3 days, for example, for Maldives. Like you need to make a lot of money to actually live this lifestyle.
Yeah, you need to make money because first thing you do is like buy yourself time and energy. Like we said, you delegate shit, and then you can actually live life. Like life is hard. Life is hard even when you have money. It's hard to like you need to waste time on like the girls and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And like making friends and all this stuff. But when you're broke as fuck, you sit in the house like a loser. Guys, the best business you can start right now is webcam. If you check my Telegram channel, Joe Lampton, I post there all the receipts from our community Webcam Profits. We have people making thousands of dollars per day. So you should definitely check the link below because most of you are broke. All you need is money. You see all these things you're doing, fucking bitches going out, blah blah blah. But if you don't have enough money, you cannot do shit. So check the link, go to the website, watch the video where I explain everything about webcam, and start your webcam agency now. Like going to the club with me on New Year's Eve. What's your thoughts on us here in Romania, how we play the game and like the whole setup and shit?
You guys have very good setup.
You enjoyed the bitch I introduced you to?
Yes. So, yeah, they have very good setup here because there are multiple people. And they all listen to Vlad because he's experienced and he knows how to do things. They obviously waste a lot of time into organizing everything. Club was very good. Vlad was stressing me out with his ideas with how to talk to women in the club, how to do this, how to do that. I knew already what I have to do. He has like different approach. I understand this because I'll explain to you what was happening. So I was also in Bali, and in Bali we went there with some G's.
Okay. Yeah.
And those G's didn't have no women, didn't want to talk to women and all those things. So I had to go
to carry.
To carry the team.
To carry on your shoulders.
To take everyone here. So I went. Say how many women I brought in this night in Bali.
No, like 15, 20.
It's like 12 to 15 women.
Yeah.
So I went outside, I brought all these women, I brought them on the table, and half of them left. And the reason is because nobody was talking to them because they were too shy. Okay? So when you have multiple women, you also have to entertain them. Vlad was too drunk and he was stressing me out, entertain them. It's like we had a group chat there that he was like writing to me all the time, bro, entertain them. And I had to force myself to go and over talk to them, you know?
Yeah, like
but I didn't want to over talk.
Yeah, the situation was this. So I was there with a girlfriend of mine. I couldn't do shit because the girl I was with is very like crazy, jealous, bullshit like this. If you guys see, I don't know if you see, I'll put the image on the screen. She bite me on the face, she was jealous, she beat a girl up there.
A girl there.
Yeah, so it was a girl at the table that I fucked and she beat her up, blah, blah, blah. So me, I had this handicap, I couldn't talk to the girls at the table and I was telling them to talk to the girls. And the game is when you go like a small amount of men and lots of girls, my game is to like talk to everyone, but not. You have to understand, most of you guys are retarded and don't play the game right. Like me, just talk in a friendly way. I enjoy talking to women, you know, like I enjoy putting them drink. I'm very polite guy, blah, blah, blah. So the game is to make everyone comfortable because this way you make friends, this way you increase your social circle. So for me it's different because I live in Bucharest. I like meeting new people because I think nowadays we rely too much on social media. And once you meet girls in real life, they can act as social connectors. So this is very important. Like I met girls in, let's say in Bucharest. I met a girl in the club, maybe I don't fuck her, I'm just a normal person. She sees I'm okay. And then down the line, she might come to another party and bring 4 other girls. And this happens all the time to me. Like there's girls I texted that didn't reply to me on Instagram because they don't know me. Maybe I have the image, I'm like did crimes and stuff like this. Yeah. But if I meet them here in my house or if I meet them in the club, it's different. So I just try to act nicely with girls, just talk politely, even if I don't fuck them, because down the line, this will benefit me. I'll be invited places or I want to invite girls. I can meet girls that didn't reply to me, that only talk to girls, to guys they know from the social circle, you know? And also when you have lots of girls at the table, you cannot afford like sitting on your phone like an autistic guy, talking to guys there, wasting time. Like, because girls will feel awkward. You invited them one place. Let's say me, I invite 20 girls somewhere, and then I don't talk to them because I talk to my friends. And then they sit there with her friend, who's these weird-ass guys. So I try to be polite. And of course, have a percentage of them to my after party or talk the next days or go out on a date when we're sober and we can talk, you know? It's good first interaction. This is how I see it.
Yeah, that's the healthy way. You were putting me to over talk to those, you know? Like you were putting me to over talk to these girls, even though, for example, I was talking to this girl and I could see that she's not into this. Like she's not into talking so much. She was talking with her.
You know why you know why we have like a lack of communication this? Because how we lived the last few years. So like it's a difference between dating in Dubai, Bali, Miami as opposed to Bucharest or like more normal cities. Because in Bali, in Dubai, people go to network and for opportunities, and everyone who travels there is people who say yes to opportunities. They're more open for socializing as opposed to, let's say, Romania, when they're not so open, you know, and you have to insist more. It's a different game. That's what I feel.
Yeah, 100%.
And you don't find normal people, like, you cannot find some 12th grade girl in Dubai that doesn't travel there, you know?
Yeah.
You can find 23-year-old whore.
Yeah,
which is good, but
most
like,
people are getting depressed because some woman in the club didn't, especially when it's a local place, didn't interact with them in the way that they wanted and things like this. Especially if these people have traveled abroad, have traveled into countries like Dubai, Miami, whatever.
they want
and they
fast.
do not, yeah, and they do not understand that in those countries, women are going there specifically for networking. Even for women, like men go there for networking, women go there for meeting men,
The
that
same
they have money
shit, yeah.
and things like this. And in countries and cities like Bucharest or Warsaw, women are not there for networking. They just go there to have fun, and they might not want to talk to you. So you don't have to take it too personally. It's the name of the game.
Give a better explanation is when I go out, let's say to a club or to a party, I always have like some backup plan. So I always go with girls, and I have there 1-2 girls that I know for sure I'll have sex with. And even though I talk to everyone and I want to fuck, let's say, some new girl, I'm okay with the idea that we're just talking and she won't give pussy because I have my backup plan. It's always important to have like backup plans lurking in the background, because if you don't have backup plan, you'll be more needy, you'll insist more than necessary, you know? This is the best way of approaching the game.
But you were stressing me out with this girl because she was like very hot, and she wanted me specifically to go talk to her. He wanted me specifically, like to go there.
Yeah, because she was very good looking, and I thought this is a good match for you, and you will enjoy the girl.
Yeah, but with this girl, she had too much attitude, and I could see that because she gets a lot of attention here and she's in your territory, she wouldn't give me that easy attention, because she will make me think that she's too easy if she would give me more attention, you know?
Yeah.
And she wanted to act different than the other women in the club, because I spoke to every girl that she was on the table, and it was only this specific girl that she was acting in this way, you know? And what happened after is that she also blocked Rebecca.
Yeah, because I was in the club and like I couldn't play the game. I was with this bitch, and I would see everything that happens, and then like some girls sitting on their phone, blah blah. And I was telling you guys, I just talk to the girls, make everyone feel comfortable, you know?
Yeah.
'Cause I know the mentality of a girl.
But you cannot talk to 20 women at the same time, you know? You have to invest a little bit here, invest a little bit there.
Yeah, me, I was like, I did this for so many times. Then me, I know like, and I can see, because I'm always also from here, and I know the situation, who they are, what happens, blah blah, and I know who's friends with who, and I'm like, yeah, investing. When I see a girl is more difficult, maybe I invest more time there, make her feel comfortable. Because you have to understand the most important thing in dating. The first thing is making the prey feel comfortable. You know, guys think, yeah, I need there to go be cocky, all this bullshit, but it's not the case. You're cocky later. First, you make her comfortable, because it's a funnel. She has to end up in some house, in some, you know, more in a situation where you can talk. She basically has to end up in the house at some after party.
Yeah.
You know, and in order for a girl to come from a party, from a club, to the after party, she needs to feel comfortable. She needs to feel like, okay, there will be other girls there. She needs to feel like, okay, these guys won't rape me. These guys won't put drugs in my drinks. These guys aren't weird, you know?
Yeah.
These guys won't insist on fucking me. So this is very important. And for some people, it seems like a little bit of simping. But I don't see it as simping. I see it as just making the other person comfortable and build some rapport.
I believe that it's better to explain to them how do you end up in this position, having so many girls, because most of the guys that are watching this podcast are not in this level yet to have those women in their table and be able to handle this objection. So
Yeah,
better let's handle the objection on how you end up there.
Bro,
How you do it. Because I have different approach. Me personally,
Yeah.
I would go to the club, I would have a VIP table, and then I will just go and cold approach women and bring
Yeah,
them to
like
the
this,
table. But this works for me because I'm good looking, you know, and women are more susceptible to me. It
and it's
won't
not,
work
yeah, and it's
for
not
everyone.
you cannot apply this in Romania and the best clubs. It's different, like Poland, where we were
I
like
also
this,
applied in this club.
like going to tables and stuff, or what?
Yeah, I picked up girls and brought them on the table.
Yeah, it's more difficult in the sense that you see how the club is constructed, like everyone is at his table, usually like with entourages, you know?
There
of
were
people.
women that also had drinks and they were sitting around and I
Yeah,
was just bringing them.
this night was different because it was New Year's Eve, but in general, people just sit with their entourage at the table, and it's kind of weird.
So you have to analyze the club first. Does the club have a dance floor?
Yeah, you see here, it doesn't have like
Yeah, dance floor.
dance floor, you know,
Yeah,
it's different.
these all tables, yeah.
Soul table.
And then you have to go and talk to these women that they are in the dance floor and bring them to the table. And then you have to have other soldiers there, other friends, whatever, that they will talk and entertain these women so they do not leave and you do not end up in the situation as I was in Bali, that I brought all these women and from those G's, no one from those G's that they say women, all these principles was able to talk to a girl normally and make them feel comfortable so they do not leave. So with women, it's extremely difficult. Everyone can speak about women, but I know this game very good. Two things that they are good for me is spending money and fucking women. This is the two best things in my life that I can do in the best possible way. So I know exactly what it takes for a woman to, from the point that she doesn't know you, till she gets comfortable with you, till she gives you pussy. There is a whole roadmap till you get there, and you have to follow it step by step. And all these people talking, yeah, have my woman, I'm like this, I'm a player, I'm a playboy. You put them in front of 2-3 girls to talk and they will start doing will lose their words.
Yeah, like I feel like there's people like this. I see, especially in the United States, they're the type of people who like maybe they get pussy from like Tinder and stuff like this, but they get like some worms.
Yeah.
We're talking about different, like as an example to break down what means women. Vakalis fucked a girl that was like with Tristan Tate 1 year ago. His friend went out with the girl that's in high school that looks hot, blah blah. Not, you know, like not bullshit 26-year-old accountant, fat face. Not women like this that on Saturdays don't have nothing like going on, or some worms. Like, yeah, generally like hotter bitches is different. It's difficult, and like all these elements matter. Even this thing we were talking about, like friends. Like most people I know from the worm world, they operate 1 versus 1. There's like them on Tinder and then date a girl.
Yeah.
But at the higher level, when the girls are hotter and they're not worms, they have friends, they have things going on. They're like normal, like how we are friends with each other and we know lots of people and we go out and we don't hang out alone. These hot girls, at the same time, they have friends, stuff like this. So if I want to date some hot girl, let's say she replied on Instagram or I know her, I cannot invite her on Saturday night to come here to watch a movie because she's with her friends, she's a single girl, and she wants to have fun. And she wants to go with her friends somewhere. Or in this situation, like we're talking New Year's Eve, they want to go, no girl came alone that I invited. Everyone came with 3 friends, 2 friends, blah, 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 you know?
Yeah, yeah. You have different approach than mine.
Yeah,
like me, I'm more a person that approaches on the street, club, gym. Like I'm this type of person that would cold approach a woman. And Vlad is more the type of guy that he would never approach a woman like on the street or something like this. He would always use his social media. So talk about this, I believe.
Not necessarily I use social media. I also do like social circle. It's right, I never approach because I have my funnel that works. And if I approach a girl in the mall, let's say, and she's not capable of like molding to what I need to do, like go to club, come to parties, she's different type of bitch, not that interested, you know? Like I want to, because I enjoy this. I enjoy after parties at my place and I enjoy going to parties. And I need girls that like this as well. They fit this lifestyle and the people there and they're not like different type of bitches. I don't know, you know, like I want to introduce girls to what I like to do, you know. I don't want to go out of my way, you know.
Going out to the coffee store, drink matcha.
Yeah, I don't mind like going dates and stuff like this, but like with girls I know that are my type and I like them and stuff like this, and they dress certain ways, you know. And I don't only do like social media approaches. I also have like another thing I do. Like recently, I have like other people I put into position and like they bring girls, you know, like friends of mine. They have good social medias and they talk to girls and they do this shit, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's easier this way. Like makes it easier if you have other people as well and they bring girls and their friends.
Yeah, but this is very difficult, I feel, for someone
It's impossible to do. I don't have the mind to do this, but I'm just don't give a fuck. Maybe somebody benefits from this.
Yeah,
Because
I'm also in this process now of doing what you say with Nick.
So the game is, of course, like tempt the women with something fun to do, you know, because this increases the probability that like better looking girls and, you know, guys, like there's certain girls in your cities or in your country or you see on social media, they have like, they pop up on your TikTok or on your feed on Instagram, types of girls that all your friends talk about and they say like, oh, this bitch is super hot and stuff like this. You need to end up like fucking this type of girls because this gives you ego boost and these are the girls you can actually brag about.
Yeah.
Because when you're at the table with people and they ask you, what did you do last night? Yeah, fuck this bitch. Who? And you send the good Instagrams, like, looks very hot. It's different than saying, fuck a bitch, some bitch. Who? Nah, some bitch, you know? And you cannot showcase her because she's a waitress that doesn't have social media and stuff like this, you know?
Yeah. So I believe that the best way is to just attack from
and people say, I have this
angle.
misconception. No, because this way you only find whores and stuff like this. Me personally, in this moment, I just find every type of girl, even virgin, even whatever I want, because everyone wants the same things. It's basic human motivations. Every girl that's attractive, can be virgin, can be whore, can be everything, want to do fun shit. The problem nowadays is boredom. Because of like TikTok, because of all this shit, it's a constant fight against loneliness and boredom for everyone, men and women. Like we all scroll, we all search for something to kill the boredom. But because we're men, like me, for example, I don't necessarily have this problem because I always have the laptop. I can sit there and work. Yeah. But bitches, like some 18-year-old, what can she do? Girls who are not like 26, you know, like my ex-wife is like 28, some bullshit. She has some business, selling clothes, bullshit like this. Like she has things to do. She doesn't want to go to the club, doesn't give a fuck about the club. Yeah. But the 18-year-old, she's scrolls there non-stop. Yeah. And friends message her, what do we do tonight, blah, 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 you know? Yeah. They're all invited places and they want to do something fun. They want to dress up nicely and post stories and flex on their imaginary enemies, you know? So even if a girl is good, bad, doesn't matter, they all enjoy something fun, you know? And this can be multiple things. For some girls, it might be fun, you drive with a car and go places. Or you smoke some joints in an apartment. Or on a Monday night, or you go to the club. So there's different types of fun, but nowadays it involves like the nightlife and stuff like this because smaller percentage of girls see going to the gym together as fun, let's say, or things like this, or hiking, or I don't know, these bullshit hobbies, you know? So the probability somebody will enjoy a party is higher. And it's good if you also enjoy it because I have friends that don't enjoy this. I was talking to some friends a few days ago. They're like more from the laptop world, you know, they're more worms. Yeah. And they enjoy like driving nice cars and they never go to the club. Yeah. And I ask him, bro, do you have FOMO for this? And no, just like driving. And they just fuck their frogs there, you know. But, you know, don't fuck like the girls I like necessarily. But they don't like partying. And I can understand this. There's people who hate like these things. Yeah. They don't give a fuck. Like they can do whatever they want. But like in my experience, and because I like this, I enjoy it. Like for me, I feel alive if I bring some bitches and I'm just drinking and socializing. I enjoy the whole process. I enjoy talking to girls. I enjoy hearing their life stories. I enjoy, my friends say I'm like the therapist of horse. Yeah. I like listening, you know, and girls, probably because of my experience with the webcam studio where I was hearing what girls say. I don't know what I do. I don't do this consciously. But I just sit with the girl and I just ask questions and they keep like saying what their ex did, what, you know? Yeah. And I end up in a situation 4 a.m. with some whore saying to me like, yeah, my ex did this happened, and I enjoy.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with not that I don't have a problem, I actually enjoy.
Yeah, you have to enjoy the whole process. It's the same with me. I also enjoy like having deep talks, talking about things with a woman. Like I deeply enjoy this, and that's why with me it's very difficult to connect with a woman if she doesn't have depth. If a woman doesn't have depth, I cannot connect. I will just fuck and forget. But if she has depth and we have common things to discuss about, and I can see, for me, the attraction skyrockets.
Yeah, me personally, I don't even think of it. I just go out. If a girl is like not a frog, I just go out and see. And I end up having sex. And if I can have sex multiple times, I just go from there. Ideally, of course, I just feel... most of the time, like I said, I just have sex 2 times and then I'm bored of it and I see more value in pursuing another girl, you know?
Yeah.
But sometimes it happens, you just fall in love. You cannot quantify it. I cannot tell you guys what I like in a woman necessarily, you know?
Yeah, it's the same with my situation. I fall in love with some girl from Instagram that I didn't expect that I will fall in love, and I flew in her country. We had a very good time.
Shouldn't put boundaries to yourself, you know?
No, I didn't, and we had a very, very, very good time. It was like we were deeply connected, and because we saw that we both fallen in love, but our personalities were different. Like we couldn't be in a relationship. I could see this, and I had to stop this, even though it hurt me momentarily. I had to put a pause.
Yeah, but you know, the actual...
You have to try all those things.
Yeah,
like
but
you
like,
have to fall in love. You have to have like all those experiences, because all this molds your character. You know, you shouldn't be afraid and use all these principles.
Me, yeah, the actual pain is not doing shit, you know? Like, this is not pain. Like, for me, I hope I fall in love as many times as possible and like suffer and like feel jealousy. Like, this is life. This is when you feel like you're living life, actually. Because the biggest pain is nothing happening. For me, and you guys will realize this once you're more mature, like the biggest pain is you have like 6 months, 1 year, and if somebody tells you like, tell me what happened in the last 6 months, nothing happened. And it's just boring ass shit, going to gym, blah, blah, nothing interesting happening, you know?
Yeah.
Like I like living life fast paced, and I enjoy all the things, like even jealousy, even arguments, even drama, everything, you know, like making money and like living life. I enjoy things happening. I don't enjoy loneliness, sitting by myself, overthinking, living from memories, going through my phone and I don't see no videos I laugh at, and I don't make fun with my friends, and nothing is happening. This is the biggest pain. This is the pain that people live on a daily basis, because most guys our age, they're stuck in some long-term relationship and it's no sex for years, rarely have sex, rarely feel like, I don't know, I want to like listen to all these songs with The Weeknd when he suffers, and I feel like I'm also, you know, dealing with the same shit. Like, this is real life, not I'm with the girl that smells like onion, cooks me some bullshit, I'm bored of her, I jerk off at porn with other bitches, my friends are all with their wives simping and nothing is happening. This is the actual pain. Living from memories, like these guys were like 30, they're living from, oh, you remember the college days, what happened, you know,
college,
like some work.
the army, what happened in the
Yeah,
army.
like they live from memories. This is the actual pain, not like going for shit.
Yeah, you have to make memories, and in order to make memories, you have to, as I said before, you have to feel uncomfortable with situations. You have to do new things, and new things requires you to feel uncomfortable.
Bro, the thing is, I feel like everyone, even the biggest, like even the most successful people, they're uncomfortable every day. You have to consciously put yourself in uncomfortable positions, even in business, even imagine Jake Paul get beat up like 2 weeks ago by Anthony Joshua. He felt uncomfortable. He felt fear. He felt humiliated after, jokes. Like, if you just stay there in the perfect comfort, how can you achieve something?
No, you
have to gamble, you know? Probably Jake Paul thought, okay, it's a big probability I lose, but even if I lose, I make money, and But if I win, nobody will believe that I beat this heavyweight, blah, blah. You just have to gamble it. You cannot just sit there, don't take any risks.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah, then it's the same with, if we're talking about women, you feel uncomfortable, you text girls, don't reply, or you go out with a girl and it's catfish, doesn't look like in the picture. This happens often. Or you go out with a girl, or you talk on the phone and she puts you in the grave because how stupid she is. Or you go out with a girl, then she stops replying, she doesn't like you. Or it's all these situations that you have to go through all the time. And the same with networking with guys. Might go on dinners with all 1,000 worms and I don't have no connection with them and I feel like I wasted time, but maybe one time I meet a guy and I make money with him. For example, I started doing business with a guy, I met like some random like football bullshit, somebody invited me, you know?
Yeah.
Playing football, I don't even play football. But I'm the type of person that just, I say yes to ideas. So if somebody invites me to football, I go to football, though I don't know how to play football. If somebody invites me to play basketball, I go. If somebody invites me to spar, I go. Because you don't know what can happen. You know? Like, you never know. Make friends. Like, bro, even when I was hanging out, when Tate was in Romania, was hanging out, before going to the club with him and start hanging out all the time, he invited me to go sparring. Didn't want to go with this tall nigger to spar, fuck sparring. But I just say, yeah, let's go. And after we became friends, you know?
Yeah.
Sit there, get beat up, blah, blah, blah. Like, you say yes to things. What can happen?
Yeah.
This is how I feel. Like, it's the only way. Because people, at the end of the day, people are the ones who make a big difference in your life. Yeah. You might meet somebody and like, how you guys, you made your team and now you do this AI shit that you weren't doing before. But imagine if you didn't meet like guys from your team. You wouldn't be making this new money from this.
Yeah, 100%.
Or me, the business I have. If I wouldn't meet like certain key people, I wouldn't make this money I make now.
Yeah, you have to try all the time. You have to
put
yourself there
even for
consciously.
Even for me, it's painful. And for like, I'm wasted so much time. Meet people, they disappoint you, get scammed. You know, we were talking last year, I've been scammed like 5K by some guy, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, all the time you're scammed, all the time you have to put yourself in this situation. It's like that video I made, like 90% of life is a scam. Even with girls, when you have sex with them, there's nights when, I don't know, I met girls and had sex with them and then I was thinking like, why the fuck I got drunk and fuck this bitch, you know?
Yeah.
Should have stayed. But like also had nights when I was like super happy that I met certain girls.
Yeah.
Because people in your life can change your trajectory anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
You might meet a good, like a girl that actually helps you evolve in life, one way or another, you know? Yeah. Or you meet some friend that you have good connection with, and then maybe you move together and make money and live in some mansion, who knows?
Yeah, it's the same thing that I told you about this girl that I've recently met. She helped me to see things about myself that I couldn't see before. So I was very grateful I met her, even though we couldn't sustain the relationship. I was very grateful that I opened up a new map into myself, you know, to see like a different way of approaching a situation, of approaching a relationship.
Another aspect that I realize now is, on a daily basis, you need to feel uncomfortable, tired, all this bullshit, but it will all pay off in the future. Because I remember, for example, years ago, I trained very hard, like this martial arts bullshit. And I would work, train, and I always felt super tired because I had to be in studio there handling shit and also do MMA, and I was going normal classes. And I was sparring with guys who were preparing for actual fights, and I wasn't like necessarily prepared to spar all these guys but now I feel like I've gained the experience and stuff like this, and it gave me a little more, like another advantage over people. Because now I can meet people that I can beat up, for example.
Yeah.
And it gives you like an edge. You cannot negate this, you know?
Yeah.
If you're at the table and you know you can beat people up, or if you know, or all the time I waste to make friends. And now I would just roll deeper than most people. And now if I have an argument with somebody, in the back of our minds, that guy knows, okay, I cannot argue with Vlad because his niggers there.
Yeah, learn.
and they cannot wait to slap me, you know? And all the work you put in to build up people, to waste time, it will all pay off, but it's a combination of things. Or all the nights I wasted with girls and stuff like this.
You have to be patient. You have to be patient to see the work actually happening.
Or let's say for my social media, although I'm not like big in Twitter and like Telegram and YouTube in English, but I met so many people, even we met because of this. And then I met all these people, but it was like 5 years or 4 years of like posting every day, blah, 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 you know?
Yeah.
So because I posted every day, now I'm in a position where if I want to find a certain person some assistant or somebody to work for me, it's very easy to find. Like lots of people want to be friends with me because I wasted this time.
Yeah.
You know, but I did
Money.
all these things, let's say in the last 5 years, did all networking, girls, all this bullshit, you know? And I was tired all the time and I was like working in multiple directions and it pays off now. But also if I want in 5 years to be at a different level, to be even like bigger and stuff, I need to put myself now in uncomfortable positions.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing, because for me, even the content in English is not necessarily that comfortable. I was used to doing content in Romania, make 200K views on every YouTube video, 100K, blah, blah, blah. But I know it's like better ROI long term to do in English. So I'm comfortable now. Could have just jerk off the Romanian content,
Yeah.
you know?
Nothing. Yeah.
But it's also like uncomfortable then just doing it, you know?
Yeah.
And ignoring the fact that the bad parts, you know? Just doing bullshit every day, like trying to put myself in these situations. I feel like this is the way you can evolve. And you have to put, even me, I know I have to do more shit.
Yeah.
I feel like always you have to feel like you're not doing enough.
It's the only way I believe that you can evolve. Like when you have this urge, when you have this FOMO that you want to do more things, you want to try this out, you know? Like with every aspect of your life, even usually the most difficult decisions are the ones that will help you evolve the most. So for example, my most difficult decision was that I accepted a breakup that happened 1.5 years ago. But it was so difficult for me, but I knew it was the right thing to do, you know? And the fact that this happened helped me evolve after into so many aspects of my life. Like I could see myself way, way differently. I could find so many more things. I would develop my mind in another way. Would even study neuropsychology. Like I would do like other things that I wouldn't imagine that I would do before, you know? And usually when you have to make difficult calls in your life, those calls are the ones that they're gonna affect your life the most and they're gonna help you evolve.
Yeah, and also it's a part of the game. Like for you was a big thing, the breakup, because you're a type of person you've never been in long-term relationships, you know? It's similar with me. With me, I was different because I started my first long-term relationship when I was in high school. So for me, it hurt after this, you know? I had my first relationship in high school, and when it ended, was painful. I didn't know, like I didn't see things like I see him now.
Yeah.
Now I'm more like, way more free spirit and
Yeah,
seriously.
and then when I had to have another breakup after this, I handled it was way easier. It's like the first time is always the one that hurts the most, let's say.
Yes, because when you have your first relationship, you never take into consideration that you will break up.
Yeah.
You see yourself like you'll always be together.
You live with this person forever.
Yeah.
Think. Yeah.
It's good. For me, it's good now because, you know, it's crazy. The girls I date now are the same age as my first girlfriend in 2010.
Yeah.
So they think they're, you know, they have the same mindset as I had. Like, we'll never break up, blah, blah, blah. So they're more affected by what happens than me.
Yeah, but it's very nice.
Me, I feel like Wolverine, you were talking.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm never dying and the people are changing, you know?
Yeah, around. Yeah, but it's very nice when you have you all have to experience this, when you have your first relationship, that you feel actually like so free and you believe that this thing will last
this
forever.
naivety is very good.
Yeah, and it also is from both sides, also for a woman and for a man. It's the same. And when you break up, you both get traumatized, and you know that for a woman will never be able to replicate this naivety and this freedom again. And also as a man, you will not be able to replicate this naivety and think that you will live together forever with a person.
Yes,
like
but I think that like the good part with aging is that you gain more experience and you become more crook and you see things this way. But it's nice to me personally. I am naive. Like for example, I make a new friend. I'm the same naivety as I had in the past, although I've been through like scammed by friends and stuff like this. Because I don't want to grow up in the sense of be like, keep distance, don't be like mysterious with people because they might hurt me in the future. I'm like YOLO, you know, the bitch is the same. I just live in the moment. I just expose my feelings and don't have this.
Yeah, but I believe
I'm not afraid of getting hurt again.
But I believe that it still gives you a certain sense of detachment that you didn't have before. So in your first relationship, you were more attached than you will be with the next one. Like it gives you this, and it not only gives this because I hear guys saying all the time, yeah, I traumatized this woman. She will never be able to find another one like me, and things like this, which is not true. Will she be more detached after? Yes. Will you also be more detached after? Yes. Like the first thing that happens in your life is the one that, let's say, you are detached the less. You are more attached with your first long relationship. And
yeah, when you have your longest relationship, what I notice is that you're more emotional, like you're more jealous and you're more hurt by everything that happens, you know? Like I remember when I had my first relationship. Now when I think back, I think of it as like crazy and cringe at the same time. I remember one night, so I was in like some breakup with this girl, and then we ended up at the same party. And bro, imagine I was here and there I see another guy. She was going to the bathroom and I see another guy like catch her like this. He just went there, took the guy, like smashed his head into a wall and get into a fight with the girl, and also in a fight with her best friend, and also with my friends who were trying to break up the whole situation because I went super angry.
Yeah.
And now it's hard for me to be in a position where I can be this big of like crazy and angry.
Yeah, with me the same. Like when I would get into arguments for very small things because I would care so much that this would trigger me, like even the smallest things.
Yeah.
And this is what happens and also leads the relationship to the end. The fact that you cannot regulate yourself, and when two people have past trauma, like have their own childhood trauma, and those two collide with each other, it obviously gonna come to the end. And I believe that through a relationship, and when you break up, you get to find more things about you, so you get healthier into the next relationship. Because usually sometimes, usually when you first love someone, you don't know how to love, you know? Like you don't know how to act with certain situations, this is what I believe, you don't know like what you are having in your hands, and you don't know how to treat certain situations. You are inexperienced. So you get this experience, you break up, and then you meet some other person, and you can treat this person differently based on the previous context that you have, and you can treat the other person in a healthier way, let's say.
Yeah, like I feel like the more you get experience, you see things better, and like, I don't know, like I see people, you know, when you're in the first relationship and like the girl says, we're breaking up, blah, blah, and you take it very seriously and you actually think you break up. But then when you're Wolverine guy, you know it's bullshit, you know, already you'll fuck her again. You're not so stressed by things. Or I remember, bro, when, so in my first relationship, when I was in high school, at the end of high school, the girl caught me, had like another side chick, like 6-month relationship. And she broke up with me, and I actually felt like we're breaking up, and I was stressed out every day, blah, blah. Now if I get caught cheating, I know this cannot cause a real breakup, blah, 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 you know? Like I'm more detached or more...
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like with experience, it's good to have experience, but people overestimate this experience because even when you're younger, you have this naivety and this excitement, and you lie to yourself that you have time, and this is also a strong force that you can work with. Even in business, like people think, oh, I'm too young for this business. Yeah, you're young, but you have the enthusiasm. I remember when I started the webcam, because I started after I finished high school, and I had all this enthusiasm. I was thinking, I was daydreaming that I will have this studio and like I will fill it up with girls and nobody will leave, and I'll be the king of the adult industry. And I was lying to myself with all this bullshit, and I was actually believing it. In my mind, I was thinking like, if I end up having the most successful webcam studio, then everyone will respect this, and like bitches will like me. Of course, in the afterwards I realized like nobody gives a fuck about your company, nobody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You still need to do other shit, you know.
Yeah.
But the delusion you have in the beginning is the same with when you start. Like for example, I look at me and my martial arts. When I first started training, I was lying to myself like, yeah, now if I learn fighting, fuck every bitch because they like tough guys and all this. But then you end up, fighting. You understand? It's not that deep. It's not that, there's lots of worms who box, but don't fuck no bitches. But it's good to have that delusion in the beginning because you push harder, and the fact that you overestimate what you're doing, the importance of it, and then you just put in more hours. I remember even with business, I was like, yeah, fuck New Year's Eve, fuck Christmas, I'll just sit here hustling. All the other guys are like partying. Like I was actually taking this thing seriously. Now I see it as like, yeah, if you don't do nothing for New Year's Eve, you're a worm, doesn't make big difference in the long run. You're just a worm, doesn't have friends. Like it's not that, you're not like the last man standing, the biggest hustler in the world. You know?
And also it's good to experience this phase of your life, to be delusional and think that things will always work perfectly. If a woman says, for example, yeah, I'll love you forever, for example, or we will be together forever, and you actually believe this, as I was in my previous relationship. Now, I had to experience this because it was a nice feeling for the moment, but then you outgrow this. So now if a woman says to me,
it's bullshit.
You do not take it to 100%, you take it to 50%. You do not take it so serious. But it was good that this happened. It was good that you have this delusional experience because it makes you feel nice at the moment. And it's also good that after this, you know the reality. So both sides are helping you out.
Yeah, I feel like...
And contribute to the character that you become today.
Yeah, it's good to get experience without getting too traumatized, because people say these principles, like for example, yeah, it's good to have a tough upbringing, blah, blah. But imagine you have a really tough upbringing, like you're from Africa and your mom got killed and your dad used to rape your sister. It's like crazy. Like this is too much, maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe these guys, most of the people who are in really bad situations cannot rebound from this, cannot evolve towards high society, blah, blah. It's good to have some trauma, but not the type of trauma that destroys you and then you're traumatized and then you're, Like even with martial arts, imagine it's good to spar and do this bullshit, blah, 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 in a controlled way. Because if you actually take it seriously and like people like fuck you up and like imagine you're some Spartan guy and you go to a gym and you go to best gym and spar heavyweights and they fuck you up every day and like you get brain damage and all this stuff and you take it seriously. It's not good. Like it's good to have a little bit of pressure, blah, 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 but in a healthy way. Not in a way that creates too much trauma for your mind, then you cannot go back to it.
Yeah, like for example, if you are attached to one woman and then you break up and then you are suicidal, for example, and then you are going crazy.
Yeah, I think people are like this because of lack of experience and
lack of resources.
Yeah, this is very important because I don't know your opinion about this, but my opinion on breakups is the same with everything. Like, if you have two friends and those friends you're not friends with them anymore because they're simping on their wife, you need to find other friends. You need to you need to replace something with something similar. You cannot, or a woman. Most guys I see this, like they break up with a woman and then they go to the gym and then they get in shape and then they buy a car. Okay, it's good, but in order to get past this, in order to stop stalking the bitch, in order to have hidden resentment on the bitch, in order to stop being weird, stop being emotional, you need another girlfriend. You need somebody who stimulates you more or the same.
And
this is the reality. You cannot go to the gym, okay, but you end up home jerking off and the bitches in the club doesn't give a fuck about your gym.
But I believe that if time passes, then it naturally goes away. Like you don't feel this.
I don't know. Like in my experience, I had my first relationship. We were apart 8 months. Then I started another relationship with a girl that ended up like wife, bullshit like this, and like. I only could stop forever to think about the first girl when I got this girl, And the same with her, with the other chick, Need to replace, like, this also, if you see on YouTube, I have like this first video or something, like the first videos I posted is like the perfect way to break up with a woman. And I say there that the perfect way is not breaking up and like dating other girls. And once you fall in love with another girl and you're sure that she's better, then break up. let the first relationship disappear.
Yeah.
Because this is how I did, like, had this ex-wife, blah, 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 and I was fucking bitches, and fall in love with another girl, and just naturally I gravitated towards the new relationship.
Yeah.
It's bullshit, like, I experienced both, and it's bullshit to be single. Me, I don't like it. Me, personally, I don't like loneliness and being alone, in general. Like, I always feel way more powerful when I have people around me. I don't know why. Some people enjoy, like, loneliness and, like, being by themselves. Like, and I also feel like it's harder to be stupid when you have people around. So, like, if in my house people are coming every day, I have people I live with, go places, it's less chances I just sit there depressed in the bed, jerking off. Basically, I have a responsibility to go to the gym and to go out because I have people around me that will judge me. I cannot act like an idiot.
They will keep you accountable.
Yeah, more or less, you know. But if you're alone all the time, you just sit there without taking showers. House is a mess. Everything is a mess. Like I notice every time
you
I
overthink.
Yeah, but even on in the physical world, when I live alone, I throw things on the floor. I don't give a fuck. Blah blah blah. But when I'm with people, every day I just have to clean. Somebody's coming. Like if you clean the house, it's like it cleans your mind as well.
Yeah.
And if you do things, you have to clean your clothes. You have to take haircut. You have to go to gym. Like it's good to be involved in life.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, like you said, then we go to the psychological realm where you overthink and you live from the past. And especially if you go for a breakup and stuff like this, what you'll do is like you'll stalk the bitch, or even if you force yourself to don't do it, still think of her.
Yeah.
But me, I'm this type of like, if I sit in the house, nothing to do, just stalk people, stalk the bitch, blah blah blah. If I'm just living life, don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
If I'm distracted on a date, if I'm doing, if I'm with friends, I'm talking, I cannot think about this. Or if I'm in the gym getting punched. Yeah. So I just get tired doing shit, and then I don't think about bad things.
Yeah, 100%. When you have more options and you are, let's say, distracted about things.
Distracted in a good way with like doing shit.
Yeah, doing actual productive things.
Yeah.
Like towards, like when you are focused on your mission, then there is no time to go back and think and overthink.
Also, what nullifies the pain is looking forward towards things. Because I noticed like, even if I organize some bullshit, like, I'll talk with multiple people that we spar at 9. Even I look forward and I have a better vibe. Or if I know tonight I have to go on a date, or in the weekend I have to go to the club, then I'm more productive. I want to finish all my tasks so I can relax and have fun. Or I can go to the gym without, like, I want to finish all my calls, everything I need to do.
Yeah.
And it makes you way more productive. Or if I know, okay, tonight 5 girls will come to my place, I make sure I clean the house, I make sure I take a haircut, I make sure I finish my calls so I'm not distracted when I'm with the girls. If you don't have things you look forward to, you just postpone the work, you're more lazy, blah, 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 you know?
Yeah.
So it's good to have like a full schedule, like schedule things and like distract yourself in a good way with productive things to do.
Yeah, for sure.
And every time, like even with content, like if I want to write some tweets, I don't know. And if I know, in an hour I have to leave from home, I have something to do. Bro, in that hour, I just get all these ideas because I have to finish. As opposed to I don't have nothing to do. And I just postpone, I'm lazy, scroll like an idiot.
Yeah, when you're occupied all the time with productive things, like with things that will get you to where you want to be. For example, you have certain goals, like as I do, and I'm working daily on those goals. Then there is no time for me to think about the past or past mistakes. There is good to reflect on your past mistakes, on the things that you haven't done correctly, because this is gonna improve you as a character and will give you an advantage. Like, it's good to reflect on what you have done wrong in previous relationship, business, life, etc. But to do not overinvest into this. There is time and time for each situation. So for me, for example, I reflected on mistakes that I have done in the past, took my lessons, I move forward with the goals that I have and with the person that I became through those mistakes I've done in the past.
I also think like you naturally avoid doing certain things if you've been to a bad situation. Like me, I don't have to think about the mistakes I did because some mistakes like hurt me too much, like the outcome of it. Now I know exactly like, now I'm never making the mistake again because the pain was too big, you know?
Yeah.
Like even with girls, like for me, guys have to understand, I've been through a situation where when I got arrested, I was in jail and I had like all these documents because the police, when they investigate you, they listen to the phone calls of you and all your circle and all the close people around you. They put microphones. I have a very big case with Tate and stuff like this. So they invested a lot of money. It wasn't a case like a court case where I beat the guy up and then they got arrested and nothing happened. No, this was like a case where they invested 6 months on tapping phones, putting microphones in cars, all this bullshit. So when they have to give you access to what they gathered about you. So I was in jail and I received a big ass 1 meter like files of what people were talking. And when you see what people are doing and were saying about you and all this stuff, it changes your psychology.
It touches you.
Bro, imagine being in jail, you're already fucked up, you already feel like shit, you already have all these problems, and then you see like people you couldn't expect, like what they're talking, before you make delusions, you think like, yeah, you control everything, yeah, I'm the boss, and then you hear all this, and some things take you by surprise. So I had a girl that was pregnant, and me, I never, like, if a girl gets pregnant, I never said to a girl, like, do abortion, do all this, but I'm against it. So this girl was supposed to have a kid, and then she told me, like, I was living life, blah, 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 and she told me, like, yeah, because of the stress and what you did, I lost the pregnancy, blah, blah, blah. And then when I was in jail, I see there, she was talking to her mom, and, like, she was, like, scheming with her mom, like, yeah, I want to do abortion, Vlad cannot be trusted, he's too crazy. But in my mind, I would never think she could lie to me and she could orchestrate like doing an abortion because she told me and she got me accountable for this.
Yeah.
It's because of all the crazy shit you do. And now, like, I cannot see things the same, after things like this.
Yeah, for sure. You cannot trust easily. It's the same thing with me that was trying with an ex of mine for her to have a baby.
Yeah.
She was saying, yeah, I want a baby, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And one time she told that she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And she went to the bathroom, then she came out crying and she was saying, no, I'm not pregnant, and things like this. So after we broke up, I found out that she was taking birth control behind my back, and this was...
And she was lying to you that she wants kids, and she was taking behind your back.
And it was an act. Mm-hmm. So this incident hurt me so much that I wanted to throw up, when I found out. And after this, I got detached of the situation. So now, if someone lies to me, I will not take it so hard, let's say.
You charge the game, yeah.
Yeah, I charged it to the game. And it had to happen, so because it molds your character. Because if you don't go through these lies, through those difficult situations, you are just softy. You are just moving around and you are soft. But when you experience those situations, it makes you way stronger as a character, and you can take way more damage, and this damage won't penetrate you because it penetrated you already and it built resistance.
Yeah, like I feel like before having certain experiences, you're more, like we said, you're more naive and you tend to overestimate your power. Like I remember one time, it's funny, I had this bitch, took her virginity, and like in my mind I was feeling like, yeah, this bitch does whatever I say, blah, blah, blah. This was like 4 years ago, And like one time I go to this show here in Romania, and like this podcast bullshit, and like the host asked me like, this was him hater, some worm, tells me like, oh, do you know this girl you're with? He said like this, but I wasn't with her, but either way, I felt like I have power over this girl.
Yeah.
Said, you know this girl, hang out with this rapper, like he blew in my face some bullshit rumor information, And in my mind I was like, yeah, it didn't do nothing. And now I'm more like, then I understood like, you have to be like, don't trust these bitches, be more cautious.
Yeah.
Although like me, I'm like, I enjoy time with girls, blah, blah, but now I'm like, not taking it personally. I don't think of myself like, yeah, like guys think like, yeah, this girl is loyal to me. I don't take this seriously. I don't take, I stopped taking life seriously. I don't know, in a sense.
Yeah.
I don't put emotion, like I never say about a person like, yeah, this girl is the best blueprint, she will never do this and that.
You should never take a pride over a woman. That's what I found out, and I was very good at this because I've never showed up on my social media with what women I had the relationship with, I'm hanging out with, and things like this. Because if they do something, then they will embarrass me publicly. So if I am with a woman and I post her all the time, and then she does something, she goes with some op, or with some of my enemies, or she goes with some rapper and things like this. And then all the time I would say, oh, it's the best blueprint of a girl, it's the best girl, the only love of my life.
Me, I have the approach of...
She puts you in the grave.
Yeah, depends. Me, I have the approach of like, I don't give like the props to anyone. I don't care. Maybe I post, don't give a fuck, but like I never like say, it's my wife, is my bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
It's my... My opinion is like, yeah, everyone is a whore. And if it happens to be surprised in a positive way, it's good.
Yeah.
But I start from the assumption that everyone is a whore, or will become a whore, and like things are not. You cannot.
But when you are younger and you are naive, you think like this. Because I saw with my first long-term relationship, I would say like since the beginning, yeah, this is my girlfriend. She would never do something like this. She would never this. She would never that. Wifey, all those things. And then when the time passed and it came to the breakup, she did other things. Yeah. And this made me realize that I'm not supposed to take pride for my girl, you know, like to take pride and even to myself, like talk to me and say, yeah, she's a good girl. Like she has to prove throughout the time.
Yeah, and like everything is like moments in time, and like I feel like even the biggest whore, from my experience, like even the biggest whore, if I stay with her every day and if we hang out all the time and we're fucking and everything is good, even the biggest whore can be a good girl in that span of a time.
Yeah.
And then can return back to her ways. So it's not necessarily, even you can be, because men are also whores. Like we are male variation of the horse. Fuck, bitches, we're unreliable, bitches, blah, blah. And even we can act nicely for a period of time when we're in love with somebody.
Yeah.
You know, but this doesn't necessarily define us.
Yeah.
Because back at like, bro, people are so weird. Even me, I think of me like, I don't know, my psychology, and I think girls are the same. So like I can sit with a girl now, I love her, blah, blah, blah. Maybe shed some tear with her there, we're arguing. And in 2 hours I change my mood and I fuck bitches behind her back. I switch from moods all the time. And I realized I always think of other people having the same mindset. And I think if girls are the same, like a girl can be with you, cries today, blah, 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 you hugging you, loving you, and then she's home, and then her friend introduces her to some other guy, and like she's in a different mood.
Yeah.
It's very crazy how things switch up, even during the day. Like even me, I remember when I was on house arrest, I realized this, like I would wake up, anxiety, yeah, I'm on house arrest, then I would feel confident, then I would be getting excited, like your mood switches all the time, and the way you act and the way you talk. Yeah. And the girls are the same. You cannot trust. It's a fleeting emotion. When a girl cries in front of you, yeah, my love of my life, blah, blah.
Yeah,
and then in the evening goes to her friends and smokes joints and talks grace.
Yeah.
You know? It's not that deep.
And also with guys that they've had been through a breakup, I believe that it's very important to forgive the person that broke their heart or traumatized them and things like this. I believe it's very important so they can move forward, because if you don't forgive the other person for what have done to you, I believe that you are getting stuck with their energy. Yes. So I practice a lot forgiveness in the period when
this forgiveness, you need to understand that it's nothing that personal. Like somebody when he does some bullshit and it affects you, is not doing it to you necessarily. He's doing it because it's a bullshit decision she made in the moment. Like, for example, when I broke up with my first girlfriend, the conversation was this. I was like bullshit hustler, working, not bullshit, but like I had certain goals. I wanted to buy my first car. I wanted to upgrade my lifestyle because when I moved in Bucharest, I was living in like bad area, didn't have car, didn't have like tattoos. I had certain things I want to do, like upgrade, like do some upgrades to myself because I had certain goals. And I didn't have like the mental power to also hang out with the girl, go to vacation. I want to just focus.
Yeah.
So I didn't have like the free time to focus on her as well. And probably was the better because my mentality was like, yeah, I'm already with her. I don't want to go in the weekend. She was saying bullshit like, all our friends are going out. All our friends are doing this. And I was like, yeah, fuck off. I want to make money. This was my mentality.
Yeah.
Anyway, and we broke up. And I was continuing being hustler because I had like a few more things to resolve. And the girl was posting, going out, blah, blah, blah. And then I had like, felt like hate towards her in the beginning because I felt like she did this on purpose to me, felt like hurt by her. But now thinking back, it's not something personal. She just
enjoys her life.
This was her. The timeline was different because we had the same age, and she was like 23, 22, some bullshit, and you want to live life, not stay with some bullshit hustler guy that doesn't want to go out. I already kept her in the house for so much time, helping me out, blah, blah. And she didn't do it on purpose on me. And all the revenge bullshit I had in my mind was like some retarded things.
Yeah, that's why most guys, they experience this, because I personally experienced it, because I was in a relationship, then left in a very low moment of my life, then she started living her life again. And for those 2 months that those things happened, I would have hate towards her, and I found out that practicing forgiveness and actually forgiving her for what she did to me, but she didn't actually did it to me.
She did it for her,
Did it for her, but most people will take it personally, But you need to analyze the whole game and be like, she lives her life, like she already stayed in the trenches with me for some period of time. She didn't believe that I will make it back to the top again. This is human nature, You have to take it as it is. It is what it is.
And also,
she did a mistake. I did a mistake. Everyone did mistakes at this point in time, and life moves forward.
Yeah, and it's another principle I say that I learned is that everything it's an interesting thing. I had this tweet when I said, that tweet I said like, sometime everything clicks and out of a sudden everything works. So you can have periods of time when in a span of a few days everything improves. I don't know, like you find some business that starts making money and in multiple areas of your life you see like things booming. And at the same time this can happen in a reversed way when you break up out of a sudden, never see that person again. This like he was with his girlfriend back like in 2024, and his girlfriend said like, I will leave to Germany, and she just left and they never saw each other. And like this, like you could never imagine this. But this happened to me as well. Like things can happen like out of a sudden, and you never expect it.
And then you are staying like this, and you are like, oh, what the fuck it happened? Like they leave you like this, and you do not understand like what happened. But it's life, Then when the time passes and you have those experiences, you understand that you have to be detached from this because it's not personal. Like everyone at the end of the day look at their own ass and they want to save their own ass,
Yeah, like this happened, like this concept of like things not happening again. It's like, people are saying like, you never remember like the last time, or you couldn't predict the last time you were playing in front of your house with the kids. It was the last time and you didn't realize. Or the last time you had sex with a girl. This can happen, like, or the last time you don't see your friend, a good friend, and you're not friends with him anymore. This will happen to you. You'll break up with girls and stuff like this. You just have to realize that life is fucked up like this. This is why you have to take advantage and be more present in the moment when you're doing certain things. I realized this when I was arrested because I had this girlfriend in 2023. We're in the beginning of the relationship, and like we were and on the beach a few days before I got arrested, like 2 days before we got arrested. And I remember I was sitting on my phone. I wasn't present in the moment. She was saying like, yeah, let's go have a walk on the beach. She was want to hang out, And although I was there, I was like focusing on work, on other bullshit. And when I went in jail, I realized like I wasn't present in many moments. And genuinely now, every time I do something, like even when I drink, I just sit there and realize like, yeah, this is what I enjoy doing. I'm here, let me be present, not sit on the phone, actually talk to people, actually be present in the moment. It can all go. You never know, it's crazy, you never know. And I seen this all the time, like you can have some car accident, you just lose your legs, like God forbid, but like things can happen. And then you look back and you have like the regrets. You weren't in the moment, you weren't present, you weren't there. Because us as people, we make this mistake of like, we always look forward to a future when we'll have more than we have now. We never realize that now can be perfect. We never take into consideration that we can have less than we have now. We always think like, yeah, now I'm driving S-Class, but I'll have Bugatti anyway. And you don't appreciate the S-Class or your car. You don't appreciate the place you live in. You don't appreciate people around you because you think you deserve more. But who told you that it's for certain you'll have more? Maybe you get fucked up and you get arrested. Maybe you go out to get into a fight and you punch somebody and dies. Who the fuck knows?
And you need this lesson. So as you said before, because she left out of nowhere, right? And I didn't know. So next time I was with a person, like for example with this girl I was recently, and we were together, I was fully invested. I had my phone on mute and I was fully invested into the conversations we had, in the moments we had. I wasn't distracted at all. And I enjoyed this way too much because I was actually present and I felt happy. Like I felt this happiness of the moment. When you are present on what happens now, you can experience happiness when you are fully present and you are fully there, body and mind.
Yes, is the thing I was saying to you. Because you're always distracted and we always stay on the phone and we always don't think about the present moment.
But you need a slap for this. You need something to happen so it slaps you and you realize what you have. So for me, if I didn't have bad experiences, right, I wouldn't realize that right now I'm in a very, very good moment in my life and I wouldn't appreciate that.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know? Like I was thinking even in the club. Like,
so you need the negative to appreciate the positive.
Me, even when I go to the club, it's bullshit if you think of it, like going to the club, everyone can go. But like me, I experienced like 2-3 years, that's 2 years, didn't go to the club because I was arrested, house arrest, all this bullshit. And I didn't go. And I was sitting, just not doing anything of this nature because I was like busy with other things. And now, even though it seems bullshit, I appreciate it because I know how life can change because of an arrest or a bad situation, you know?
Yeah.
And now I genuinely appreciate the small things. Even when I sit in bed with some bitch and I watch a movie, I don't see it as like some bullshit watching a movie. Like most people see it. Just appreciate it. Because you can go away in very fast.
Yeah. You need this situation to happen. You need to lose something so you appreciate what you have after.
Yeah, like
because otherwise, if everything is given to you, even with the money, like when you have money from your parents, you don't appreciate the money. But when you work hard, you lose money, then you make money again, then you appreciate this money much more.
Yeah, I feel like with money, it's you appreciate it, but also like you feel the high of having money once you resolve the other things as well. Like making money is just the first part.
Yeah.
After, like, there's guys who just started making money and life is the same basically when you make money because initially you can only buy some objects. Yeah. But you need to make money a long time and be consistent with it in order to create a lifestyle. Because if you make, let's say, you make 10K this month and next month, but you need to make 10K for a lot of time to actually live the lifestyle, or 100K or more, you know? To have a certainty that you can stay in a better place, afford a certain car, afford a certain lifestyle. Because if you just make money once or you go through ups and downs in your business, it doesn't give you no predictability. And this predictability creates a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And you can replicate certain things because this gives you the power. Like you cannot, like I see people who are like gambling, doing this crypto shit, and now they have money, then they just go to club, spend money, and then 3 months they don't do shit. And if you want to matter in society, you need to all the time deliver, all the time. It's the same with content.
To be consistent.
Yeah, it's the most important thing, even dating. Like, if you go to the club 4 times and then 4 weeks and then you stop going for 6 months, nothing will happen. If you go consistently all the time and you talk to girls all the time, then you'll see results. Because you're in the game, you're training all the time, you have your reactions on point. And like for me, I feel like I can handle like super hot girls because I'm always in the game and I always talk to girls. And if you bring me a bad bitch, I know exactly what I need to do because I trained all this time.
Yeah.
And I've never been out of the game totally. And it's the same with everything. Like if you don't work every day, if you don't post content, you'll never have like a personal brand. If you don't work on your business every day, and if you're not there, things will go. Nothing good will happen. And consistency is very hard to have. Most people aren't consistent. Most people are just now they're in the mood to do something, then they're not, and they're not doing it, and you cannot do shit.
Yeah, you have to be every day there, because sometimes you will feel like texting to women, for example, or to work in your business or to go to the gym, and you will do it. Other times you will not feel like it, you will not do it, and there is no consistency. You have to do it every single day.
Yeah, I think
to maintain a certain lifestyle.
Like me personally, I feel like for me, what helps me is I have other people who are doing similar shit and they push me. Like for example, the gym, have all these friends, blah blah, and they say to me like, "Bro, let's go to the gym." And because I say yes, and there were multiple people, I go. Maybe if I was alone, I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
You know, like even with boxing, I was bullshit. If I was me in the house, maybe I'd be stupid and just waste time. But if I told multiple people we have to do something, this helps me do it.
This is how I started boxing, by the way, because of Sahab, a friend of mine from Dubai. We're living in the same building, and every day he was coming and picking me up with his G-Wagon, 9 in the morning.
Yeah,
so I had to show up.
Because you told him yes, then you had to go.
I told him yes, and I thought that he was joking.
Yeah.
But then and I told him, yeah, 9 a.m. And then he sends me a photo, I was in bed, and he's like, I'm waiting for you. And then I got dressed up and I went, and then next day, and this is how I started boxing, and I
this is a trick you need to use, and this will help you be more productive. Because
your friends have to be accountable.
Yeah, like
keep you accountable.
If you schedule things, then you'll feel like this, you'll feel embarrassed if you just say to people you'll do certain stuff and then you don't deliver. And if you operate like this, and if you're not a lone wolf, then the other people will push you to do shit. So if you say to someone, yeah, we have to film this at 8 o'clock, then you said it, and the person will come and you have to do it. Even though you're not in the mood will find you. Even with girls, if I say to a girl like, yeah, let's meet tomorrow. Now I know the bitch will stress me out and I will just go there. Even if I'm not in the mood, when I arrive at the venue, I will perform.
Yeah.
You know, because you have it there scheduled. And I think lots of people aren't doing shit. They're not consistent because they don't have the other people around. Like I was saying, like people are very important. When you have people around you, and when you have the right people around, they will push you towards becoming better.
It's the same with Nick. He was saying, yeah, I'll go to the gym. He was in Dubai, I'll go to the gym, I'll go to the gym. He never went to the gym. Then he came to me, he was every day to the gym. Now he goes even alone, even if I'm not there, because I
create this habit.
I create this habit in his life. So now he goes to the gym. He lost 12 kilo, how much he lost, and he's jacked.
Yeah, and also like I feel like how you improve as a person, like even like some people think like it's a waste of time with girls, but I feel like dating girls also helps you in improving yourself. Even like, because let's say you date girls and then you feel like they motivate you towards becoming better, you know, like you meet a girl who's very hot and then you feel motivated to make money, to go out, to do all this shit.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have no girls and nothing is going on, then you don't give a fuck so much about like going to the gym, all this stuff, you know?
So I have to fly out because I have to catch a flight, and we have to wrap it up. Thank you for watching us. Like to his channel, subscribe, comment your thoughts, and even if you want to see a future podcast with us, what topics you would want us to discuss about. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Guys, make sure you subscribe to my Telegram, go in the link below, and also if you're interested in making money through webcam, go to the website below, Webcam Profits. See you next time.